The Master Circuit series is sponsored in part by YGOPRODeck. YGOPRODeck has evolved from a deck repository to one of the most outstanding pieces of Yu-Gi-Oh! Infrastructure online. From the pack simulator at the center of multiple community series like Progression to the consistent articles and reporting by the game's top minds, YGOPRODeck has become an indispensable part of the community. Recently, YGOPRODeck has begun reporting on major tournaments as they happen, and is now the most complete repository of deck lists from YCSs, OCG events, Master Duel events like the one you're watching now, and even regionals spanning all the way back to 2016. Whether you're looking for feedback on a deck list, a way to play limited with friends, or struggling to hone your competitive edge, YGOPRODeck has your back. Hello everybody, and welcome to the top cut of the inaugural Season 2 Master Circuit Series. I'm happy to be joined, as I have been all day, by the one, the only, the incomparable Gage. How are you doing today, Nim Nim?
Still fantastic, Joseph. It's been a great day for Yu-Gi-Oh! We've got to see all the new decks come to sprout here. We got to see Kashtira get clobbered. Only maybe a couple decks in the top cut. Are you willing to share what's in the top cut with us? I'm so excited.
I am. Let's go directly to the top cut breakdown page. All right, and here is our Week 1 top 16 breakdown. Now, I know what you're thinking. What?
Yeah,
an event that was supposed to be dominated by Kashtira, it's only doing okay.
Yeah, it looks like the meta's all over the place here. Nice little even spacing. Couple like rogue decks out there too. I see Fluwanderees in top 16 of the MCS.
Yeah.
What's going on, Joseph? How did that happen?
Well, you'd have to ask the pilot. So as you can see, we've got 3 Pearly in top 16. Not surprising. We saw this deck all day. It was absolutely wholly dominant. What is surprising is the next list. Branded was played so little, it didn't even show up on the Swiss. But in fact, 3 of the duelists converted into Top Cut, and all of them are playing kind of different strategies, but all of them are playing, I believe, 60 card builds, trying to use Thrust to search for the one-of Branded Fusion and a whole host of one-of goodies. After that, we've got Cash at 2. I'm honestly pretty surprised there's 2. It had a hugely rough tournament. Followed by Labyrinth at 2, with some of the best pilots in the game. I Wish I Was Dead and Ryan Yu. You know, probably equal, I would say. And then MathMech. 2 MathMech players crept into Top Cut here. What's going on there?
I wish I could tell you, man. We saw some MathMech, and I think all the games we watched, how did it even go its way, right? We saw
we saw it clap a couple of times, but not so dominant that I would feel comfortable putting it in the top 16. Them, yeah. At one of, we've got Dragon Link, Fluwanderees, Runic Naturia, and the match we will be watching for Top Cut, unsurprisingly, Blackwing.
I hope I see Kaloop, bro. I hope I see Kaloop.
I will tell you right now, I'm so happy that you're here for this. And 2, it is a YouTuber. It is Dymax, I think is his name. Really, really enjoyable videographer, and super excited to see if he can bring it. I mean, if you're unfamiliar with modern Blackwing, it's functionally an FTK deck, right? It just sets up triple of the Masquerade style card, and then it just goes. So let's jump into the game and see where they have ended up.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this deck was able to pilot all the way through top 16. Did we get lucky with coin flips all day?
Oh, I imagine the coin flips may have had something to do with it.
Yeah, we'll see how this pans out in a best of 3, though.
And we're just getting the names up real quick here, chat.
Alrighty, so typical Maxi mini game to start off the real game.
How many times have we seen this?
Way too much, bro. Planet Pathfinder. All right, we're gonna find the pressured planet. And, oh my God, fierce hand. That's a crazy hand.
Not bad at all.
Pathfinder, Theosis, gonna pull out the Fenrir. I love it. This is, I think as the kids would call it, Joseph, this is full combo, is it not?
It is full combo. Depends on how full your combo is. Refusing to play around Ghost Mourner. What if you found the one person in the event playing Ghost Mourner? You would look quite the country fool.
No, I don't respect it.
I know you don't.
Banish the Big Bang.
Let's just say there's a reason the 2 of us are commentating and not playing.
Hey, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, that's right. All right, we're going to Shangira here. We're going to get rid of a zone. I'm going to go for the middle one. Just say that one.
Why not? So we talked a little bit about it. Kashtira has had a really rough tournament. A combination of lack of consistency options. You know, you have one planet, for instance, one copy of Prosperity, and a couple of weird hits like Fenrir to 2, no access to Diablosis, have really cut what this deck is able to do down to size to the point where it almost feels fair. This is, I think, of the dozen Kashtira matches we've seen today, the first time we have watched the entire combo play out.
That's actually like 100% correct. Yeah, I think like all the cards are so efficient in Kashtira.
Yeah.
But as you said, like a lot of them are just knocked down or like they're at different like limits or something like that. And that really puts the deck in a rough spot. And I also think in a best of one scenario too, a lot of people really maybe haven't figured out how to implement Kashtira. Is it better going first? Is it better going second? I still feel like there's a lot of arguments to that, and maybe people just haven't fully realized its potential yet. Or maybe maybe the deck actually just does suck, and there's only like 2 in the top cut for that reason.
Yeah, it's a strange position to be in. Here, I mean, like, what are we going to put up? An end board that includes Shangri-Era that theoretically could activate, which could pop a card with Wraith Soth plus a Rise Heart. Like a Book of Moon kind of cooks this setup.
It does, yeah. We'll see what Dimax has when it gets passed over to him here, maybe to out the board or take care of it.
Now, I imagine that Dimax has had to out this board a number of times, but I don't know what tools Blackwing has to deal with this. I know they need their graveyard.
Yeah, I'm imagining. Like I said, I can't tell if this deck is a coin flip win deck all the time, and like you got to go first to win your games, or maybe we'll see some hidden potential here going second versus the Kashtira deck. I'm really curious to see how this Blackwing deck actually handles this, because it's been, like you said, it's been doing it all day. I'm going to go for the Shangira in the standby phase, pick out another Kashtira.
It's just so low impact when you've played in such a way that, like, you have the Fenrir on field already. Like, usually what people do in this position is they overlay the Rise Heart and the Fenrir for another Shangri-Era, and then a Rise Heart on top, so it's immediately online. Then they search the Fenrir in standby with Shangri-Era. Here, we're just getting, like, a one of Unicorn, which is not very good.
Wow, very cool, right?
Called by targeting Ash
Called by the
Blossom.
Grave. Okay. I guess maybe we see a Book of Eclipse, and that's like to respect Book of Eclipse or something like that.
Ooh, I could see that. That'd be adorable. Oh my gosh.
That would be like a really
super
heads up.
there. It could also just be a mechanism by which we force the mandatory activation of a Rise Heart. You get a lot out of that. Thrust, talents, a whole host of cards that functionally just win the game on the spot. Oh.
Tribute?
That's
Radiant!
Good.
Oh.
All right, one problem down.
Okay.
Now all we are missing is a Thrust activation. Speaking
Talents.
of...
That's also pretty good.
Wow, played that very well. Unfortunately, has to use the draw 2 cards mode. I imagine that all we have so far is non-engine. Oh, no.
Ooh,
disastrous.
That is so tough. Yeah, that's disastrous. Cross out Designator, man. Card gets better as, like, I think just more generically good cards get put into the game.
As decks look more and more similar, this card gets a lot better.
This is going to resolve. Tactics is, it's in Flavio's deck here. I hope so.
Yep.
All right, let's see if Dimax can bring it back after that. Does he have any follow-up, or was he looking for something?
This hand was unbelievable, by the way. Ash for the Maxi, cross-out Designator, full combo. Ooh, how far can we go with a single small world through a Fenrir?
Yeah, this card in hand's going to get traded for something else, and I mean, surely that's not going to do anything.
It's got to be Seamoon the Poison Wind here, I'd imagine, but as soon as you summon it, Fenrir will trigger on a new chain. Yeah, so we have to go for something else here.
I don't think there is anything else. It's looking like a top left.
Oh god, it triggers E-Rock? Come on.
See, the benefit, though, of having these guys in Top Cut, though, is this is 1 out of 3. They are doing best of 3s. So we will get to see this Blackwing player Dimax, we will see him start on the coin flip. Well, not on the coin flip. Sorry.
Average number of cards per deck, 2.99. I've never seen that. Have you ever seen a whole 3? I've never seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
Last card imperm. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
That's about as bad as it could possibly get. I would imagine.
Literally sent Dimax to the Shadow Realm there. Actually had no chance.
Rough one
Just
for sure.
dismantled him.
So as
That's
you
okay.
mentioned,
Like we said, we have the game 2 and the game 3 now, though.
We
so
do. In
potentially
following normal procedure, the loser will get to pick if they go first and second. And they have submitted side decks as well.
Do you have any insight on what cards they have sided? Do you have those at your fingertips?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but I guess what I can say is, unsurprisingly, Dimax's side deck has a lot of tools for Kashtira, and Flaviovsk's deck does not have a lot of tools for the Blackwing matchup. I know, that's so surprising.
You don't say. What's even like the anti-Blackwing tech? We put Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors in the deck just to counter Blackwing.
Yeah.
I would do that move.
I was going to say, you're thinking a little too much progression. You need to progress.
Yeah, very curious to see what this Blackwing deck can do on the draw, though. I think it can actually, like you said, it's the FTK type deck. We're going to put up 3 of the burn guy, and hopefully they're hard to deal with. Maybe that's just enough, right?
I'm actually looking at the Kashtira deck right now, and it's got some really funny stuff, including Small World in the main. They're playing 3 copies of Small World. They're like, listen, this deck has such a consistency problem. We gotta, banish a unicorn and Ghost Mourner to get to Fenrir. Like, how do you... At some point, you gotta call it.
Or is there a way to Fenrir? Not Fenrir. Is there a way to Planet Pathfinder through Small
There
World,
is.
maybe?
You can go... I think any name through Maxi, because they're all Earth.
I
don't know, because some of them are wind and some are fire. Does Planet Pathfinder have 0 attack?
No, I think it has like.
No, it's got 1,000. Yeah, no, it seems like a very mid card.
Somebody brought up that Small World allows you to, since it banishes face down, it triggers a Rise Heart, which is cute, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the bridges there. Maybe
at that point, I feel like we're really reaching in terms of playability. Activating any card with a Rise Heart up activates a Rise Heart, you know?
Yeah. All right, so we'll be going into game 2 very shortly there. There's just have to... How do they even do the side decking? Do they... How do you do that in game? Do you like edit your deck? Do you have to edit and put the cards in and take them out? Okay.
Yeah. All right. It looks like they're done siding. We're just waiting for the coin flip here, which of course is just a formality. They've already decided. I imagine our Blackwing duelist will be going first. I would be truly very surprised if that was not the case. And let's hop in.
All right. Let's take a look. Let's see what the Blackwing deck's made of.
All right. If the Blackwing deck doesn't pop off at least once, I will be upset.
I'll be just stunned. I'll be like, how did this deck make top 16?
I will say I won't be stunned. I'll understand.
All right, Dimax, show us what you got here.
Good start.
Activate Small World. Okay.
You know, this could be either player.
It could be.
We're going to reveal what Shamal... Oh, we lost him.
Trade the Radiant.
Shamal the Sandstorm.
And we're going to trade the Radiant for the starter. Sudri, yep.
Sudri the Phantom Glimmer. We'll add a card that mentions Blackwing Dragon from your deck to your hand. That's a cool one.
There's like a continuous spell you pick up. That's that guy. He's pretty good.
You know, something out of Flavio. Imperm, perhaps?
Yeah.
I wonder where you imperm.
I truthfully don't know, and maybe that's like an advantage that
of playing like a rogue
Dimax
strategy.
has had all tournament. Yeah, like maybe just people don't know the breakpoints of it. So we are imperming the Sudri. I think that's an okay choice.
I mean, you spent 2 cards to get to it.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
No way. No way.
Dog, not like this.
I expected so much more. That's
oh,
so sad.
I was so excited to watch this deck do something. And all
Flavio
it did
draws
was
up
give
the
the
5.
worst deck in the format. Oh, I'm going. Hold up. Hold up.
Oh, okay.
Hold,
okay.
hold.
He's got something. What do you have? No
No,
way.
okay, all right.
Okay, no, we're gonna let the
Minigame
Max
1.
series off. Okay. Thing is, Flavio can just go, I'm gonna drop the Fenrir, and then now all of a sudden, with 2 cards after the draw, Dimax has to out Fenrir and somehow combo.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this looks rough, bro. It looks rough already.
Speaking of rough. Oh.
Okay, let's check the small world. Let's see what's going on here.
Check the tape, folks. Place your bets now. Chat saying Link Belt? No shot.
No.
Ash? Okay. Where are we going? Whoa.
Okay, we can get Rise Heart from the deck, right? Regular Rise Heart, maybe?
Yeah, Rise Heart.
Yeah,
4.
okay. And then what do we bounce that into? Oh, Pathfinder's just a level 4, I think.
Oh!
But we get Unicorn instead.
Oh, he's
Okay,
got
okay.
21. That's so funny. So we held the Ash for a small world. Oh my goodness. Now we activate Burst so we can normal the Unicorn. That's so funny.
Oh, my God. Okay. And then I'll pick up my Theosis. Thank you. What is this back row? It better be something crazy.
Better be Cosmic.
Better be like Icarus Attack. I like Icarus Attack right here.
Oh, Book's pretty
Oh,
good.
Book-a-boon.
Book
Okay,
is
okay, that's
pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. Let's see if Flavio has anything
Okay,
else.
come on.
No, the small world.
Dimax,
All the
I
cards
believed
out of
in
the
you.
hand. All right,
I believed
Dimax,
in you.
top deck of the century. Let's go, baby.
Sea Moon, the Poison Wind, 1 time. Second Sudri.
Something, please. Just slam it down.
Ash.
Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. I'm not.
Oh, okay, hold up.
Oh,
Tribute a
wait.
monster.
Okay, we're gaming.
Summon a Glimmer token. Does this do anything?
Tuner and a level 2. It's a tuner and a level 2.
It's a tuner?
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
hold
we'll make
up.
it a
Are we
6.
back?
I'm down.
This is nothing
Oh,
to
yeah,
Starlight, right?
Yeah.
No,
Or
it's
this
Boreas
guy.
Storm the
I
Wicked
don't know
Wind.
this-
Okay, we're in it. We're in it, folks. Okay. Whoa.
All right, we're playing.
We're going to send Sharonga the Waning Moon, which I did not know was a UR. We're going to go Boreas Storm into the Unicorn. This just gives him material for the birth. Does this do anything?
Oh, it destroys something.
It does.
Wait, it does something. He gets the unicorn.
Okay.
Oh my God, secret
and now we're
effect?
Kashtira.
Crazy. What are we gonna do with this unicorn? What can we do with this
Oh
unicorn?
my god, okay, wait. We can activate Sharonga to pop the,
Pop the
birth.
birth.
Main phase 2. Unicorn effect. Add our own birth.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
This is still pretty middling. But Kashtira is a
Okay, yeah,
bad
we
deck,
do
so
know
there's
if-
a possibility they don't have a starter.
Yeah, we know Flavio has like a super like low impact hand. He
Yeah, we
had
had
a
the-
small world for his
We had a
only
small
starter,
world or
and then that
Ash
ended up getting
away,
stopped.
losing to a
Yeah.
to a Maxi so we could get a unicorn. Oh,
I mean,
that's pretty
prosperity
good.
will find anything.
Okay, we
Yeah, it'll
we
find
normaled
anything.
an Ash in order to perform the Sudri combo. Maybe we have another Ash in hand. Here we go.
All right, let's get a look at
Gamma.
the 6.
Maxi, evenly, Ash, Imperm. Oh!
Oh no! I was about to say nice.
We were
Cash
so
here, and then
close.
I revealed 5 just random cards, and then there's
Oh,
my starter.
unicorn! Yeah, you sure?
No,
No, man, that might be it. I think
that's
that's
unfortunate.
probably
That's just really unfortunate. Unicorn pickup, Theosis, or another birth. I don't even know.
it. Yeah,
Hey,
we,
you're in
we
full
grabbed
control of the game
Theosis
here.
here. Wrap this up. We don't have anything worth getting. Oh, we're grabbing Birth. Do we have Theosis? We
Birth?
just never had a
Okay.
target for it.
That could be true. Yeah.
So you didn't want to play in a Maxi. And we can use our
There's
our
the
unicorn.
unicorn.
What are we trying to take here?
Saying you already banished 6 out of your extra deck. Let me get another one of those. Let me grab another one of those.
The Zeus? Yeah, I suppose.
I think Zeus is probably the choice.
Big
Divine
Eye.
Arsenal.
There's probably 2 Big Eyes.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's more than one of those in there.
Yeah, they play the 2 Big Eye for the mirror, not the Blackwing matchup usually. Getting barren here. Okay. All right, we're going to go unicorn here.
I would just look at the Blackwing players extra deck and be like,
Damn, I'm sorry, dude.
You tell me. I don't even know. A Hawkeye Joe?
What'd we
Surely
get?
that was the right choice.
We got it. We got Hawkeye Joe!
Hawkeye Joe.
All right. Theosis target unicorn. Smoke and Ash if you got him. Nope.
All right, Fenrir's out. Out to play.
There's Fenrir. Fenrir effect for Rizehard, and yeah, this is looking pretty extremely over.
Does that Blackwing monster do anything when it's destroyed or something like that?
Let's find
I
out.
don't think so. I think he's just kind of sitting there.
No.
Yeah.
He's chilling. Card in hand is
Going
Ghost
Shangira.
Mortar. Time for the punish. Have anything worth saving? Nope, all banished face down. Fenrir here for 3. Shangri-Ira. You can't help but think, what if we were playing a deck that had 1-card combos? We could have punished this Kashtira player to infinity. Kashtira Birth for
After
Fenrir.
watching this game, I'm still unsure how this Blackwing deck operates. It had some cute plays. I'm not gonna lie, taking the unicorn was adorable, but
That's how I would describe it too. All right, time to see. Does the priority pass back to Dimax? Nibiru is our last hope. It does not. Okay. Well, now we have to beat Imperm a Riseheart, and that seems undoable.
Unlikely.
Banish the Borea Storm face down. Trigger a Riseheart. Continue attack. A Riseheart online. Yeah, this is probably Jover.
Yeah. Tough break. Tough break. Just lock the zone to flex on them.
Now we get to start adding the Prospe cards. Ooh, Omega.
I'll
That's
take
a
Omega.
nice one.
My man, yeah. Omega's actually so cool because once it hits the graveyard, you can just use its effect and put 2 things back. I think that's so sick.
Wowie zowie. Okay,
All
what are we
right.
trying to...
IMAX, I don't know, sphere mode into... no, I don't know, starter card. Surely. Probably pull out another unicorn from the deck, and imagine picking up the 3rd one here.
Well, this turns on Thrust. What if we thrust for Change of Heart into Zeus? That could do it.
You're cooking. You're cooking.
I'm doing a little chefing. Okay, well, probably the card that minuses you is
Yeah.
not gonna...
I don't think Small World's gonna do it. I don't think so. We're gonna trade
we had the
Kaiju
Kaiju.
for something else.
What is that, Vata?
Yeah.
What do you think
Oh,
about
two
Vata?
from
I think it's
Diamond.
kind of fucked up that they gave him pants.
He has pants.
Yeah, it's
Let's zoom in on
Vayu, but
Vata.
with
Let me-
pants on.
Enhance. Let me. Oh, he does got pants on. Wait a minute.
He's got like a belt. He's a little chubby.
He's looking dapper, actually. He's got to look.
I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't have drip, but I feel like he shouldn't be wearing pants.
Crazy. I don't know any other Blackwings that have pants on. Where's that in the lore? I need to...
Very unnecessary here. It would appear that we are now attempting to defeat Dymax's spirit by locking all his zones.
Man, why you got to do it to him? Let him summon the pants guy. Come on.
It's weird. If we normal the Maxi, the Kashtira player can actually eat every single zone.
Thank you.
Why doesn't Dymax just surrender? Why surrender? It's Top Cut. All right, what are we doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The 5-zone lock.
Oh, boo.
There we go.
Didn't give him the satisfaction. See, Maxi's a completely fair card.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no. It's kind of rough not to see like the 1-card starter from Blackwing go off and take it there. Sudri got negated and stops the whole turn. I hate to see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more from Dymax. I'd really like to see this deck kind of flesh out. But against Kashtira, and I'll say it, I think Kashtira in a best of 3 with a side deck is kind of spooky. I'm not going to lie.
It's
just having the side deck available to you can find some things.
I am here with one of the greatest duelists of our generation, a top mind when it comes to both content and in-game play. I'm speaking, of course, about the incomparable DistantCoder. Kevin, how are you doing today?
Well, you're lying to the people, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. I didn't think you were going to introduce me that way, but hey, I appreciate it. I'll take it.
Yeah, Kevin is one of the very few people who had to be banned from the TCG because otherwise he would have embarrassed the remaining people playing the card game. That's true, right?
Yeah, it's because Unchained was coming out. That's why they banned me. They were like, no, we can't let this guy. He'll have too much power.
That's their nerf. They're like, we can't touch any of the cards on the new list, so we've got to get the players. But you won't be able to play those cards in the Master Circuit series. This event, which is taking place on Master Duel, has a bunch of other cards that you are a huge fan of. Do you want to talk about some of your favorite strategies from this game?
Yeah, I mean, right now with Kashtira and Purely being in the format, I very much enjoy the Plunder Patrol deck because I find that deck has a really good matchup against both of those decks. Same with the Runic for Hire Sprite deck, which is at full power in this game with multiple copies of Sprite Elf and everything like that. You could basically do whatever you want with both of those strategies. Those decks are both really powerful in the current format, and I'm really excited to take one of these two, most likely, to the MCS.
I know that you don't have a lot of familiarity with decks like Kashtira just by virtue of them being legal at the time that you weren't playing paper. Are you concerned that you're not going to be able to overcome the big boy himself, Ariseheart?
I'm not too concerned because I've played against enough Kashtira on Master Duel so far already that I'm very comfortable with it. I think the only deck I'm not super comfortable playing against is Purely because those cards are a wall of text and everything just adds effects to other things. And whenever my opponent's like doing stuff, I'm always like, okay, which card is doing this effect? I don't get it. I'm always so lost against that deck. I need to learn that deck properly. That's the only deck I'm really worried about.
Well, hopefully it's not particularly popular today. I do have to ask, while you are good at playing individual games, a lot of what you're known for is your endurance. You have an event coming up in which you are going to attempt to play, I mean, an amount of Master Duel that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a reverse subathon where I'm going to be trying to race the clock to get to Master 1 as quickly as possible over the course of 5 days max. So basically, I'm launching stream with a 120-hour clock, and every subscription knocks a minute off of that timer, and I have to try to get to Master 1 before that timer hits 0. So I'm going to be basically speed running through as many games as I can, trying to climb those ranks before that timer hits 0.
Sounds miserable. I will not be doing anything of the sort ever. Oh, no.
Surely.
Well, super excited to have you in this event. I know you have been nose to the grindstone in the TCG and will hit the ground running as soon as you're let back in. I'm excited to see if you can dominate the online format in the meantime.
Hoping for the best.
Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild, a.k.a. MBT, and we are back with the top 8 of the first week of the Master Circuit Series. I am once again joined by Gage. How are you, Mr. Nim Nim?
I tell you, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, good. My Discord was bugging out for a second there. I'm doing great. Fantastic. Moving on to the top 8. We watched some great Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. And I can't believe what I'm seeing at the tables. We have a return of a living legend back to the Master Circuit Series, man. Do you want to tell the people who made a return in top 8?
I can't believe that I'm speaking these words, but Steve Cox is once again gracing the tables of the Master Circuit Series in top 8. I don't know where he came from, but he's back, baby. And he's playing his match versus Wire Dragon. We're not going to be watching his match. We figured that maybe watching a world champion would be a waste of our time. So we're going to watch a world runner-up. This is going to be Ryan Yu versus our undefeated player so far, Karibo, Labyrinth versus Branded.
And like you said, we've been seeing these branded 60-card piles tearing it up the entire tournament.
If
I'm really
had to
excited to
pick
see
a
how it
deck
pans out against good players.
that was like the breakout strategy for this, it would be this Branded deck. I mean, it has looked killer. Not even represented on the original pie chart for Swiss. 3 in top 16, 2 in top 8. It's looking good. Cash is not looking so good.
Yeah, no, not at all. Oh man, that's as good as an opener as it gets for Ryan Yu, bro.
As bad as it
Ash on
could
the flop
possibly
into
be.
the Gamma. Sheesh.
Gamma, negate your Ash
Powerful.
Blossom, draw 2, take another card off the Omega, play my game. Okay.
Draw unlock? Yeah, okay, sure, no problem.
Looks like you'll be playing with a 2-card hand in that case.
Yeah. Let me see that hand. Omega's gonna rip a third.
Let's see the Branded fusion here. Okay.
Branded Beast. Okay. Nothing? Nothing.
So...
I mean, everything can be activated from it. Oh, off the top. Okay, fusion. We got a game.
That's
on our
interesting.
hands here, but I don't know if there's a Manti answer.
What could it possibly be that we pass on nothing?
That's what I'm so curious about. I mean, I actually have the furniture. Maybe I don't even know.
Feels like you'd fire the furniture.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like this hand must be like atrociously bad, or you just opened the best non-engine in the game and didn't draw in anything.
We're just trying to go lethal here. We're like, okay,
Yeah,
how
I mean,
quickly
like,
can we
either
do
I
this?
can get it or I can.
18,
It's game
25,
one, so-
37. I believe this is Exacxies on board.
It is. You can calculate.
No, we can normal summon as well. Maybe get over something.
I don't even think you do anything. I think you just go battle. Yeah. Wow. Please tell me this goes through.
Does he actually win with a 2-card hand? That's unbelievable.
Okay,
we have
Ku-Klok?
Ku-Klok.
Do we have another furniture? Oh well, that'll do it. Too.
We have Lady
Yep.
Lab. That's something. That's actually more than something. That's incredible.
Yeah,
It walls the
yeah.
remainder. We should have played around Gores.
Yeah, should have played around Gores. All right, made phase 2. Let's see what Karibo can end on the board with at least.
You know what's interesting? If we have furniture in our hand right now, we are unbelievably favored from this position.
Yeah.
If we have furniture, then Ryan has played the most patient game I've ever seen and is about to get massively rewarded for it. If we don't have furniture, then we're just trying to stay alive.
And it'll do it. I mean, we'll last another turn. We made it through the battle phase. 4,300 left.
Yeah, I think
And then
Karibo kind of
Karibo's
thinking
gotta
here,
end
maybe
on something
kicking
here.
themselves about this placement. Because they spent so much to just get lethal on board under Maxi, there really isn't a lot of follow-up available. We could theoretically Cartesia, but we could also Cartesia on our opponent's turn. But if we Cartesia now, we can maybe get the Albion into Grave and proc it to get like a Branded in red, which maybe is okay.
are we under Maxi at the moment? Did Ryan Maxi?
Ryan did Maxi.
He did Maxi. Okay. So nothing feels great here. If I was in Karibo's position, I'd be like, well, unfortunately, I punted this game 1. I would feel super like not tilted because
No, I don't know. Against a deck as favored in the long game as Labyrinth, I think you do go for it.
yeah.
Like, you have to have the read that they have an activatable Labyrinth card, which has to be almost exactly Ku-Klok, because anything else they just fire on their first turn, plus Lady. And you know they play probably like 2 Lady and 1 to 3 Ku-Klok, and it's a 2-card combo. Like, you probably can't play around that.
Yeah. little bit different than the bestial situation we found ourselves in the other game with
Yeah.
Dragon Links.
I can't believe that hand, by the way, was 3 cards and one of them was branded fusion.
Yeah, I can't believe he was
One of,
actually
by the
about
way.
to win with 2 cards in hand. Like he was about like if this cleared, that was over. Like that's crazy.
Unsurprisingly,
All right,
we are going
Mirror
to go for
Jade.
it here. Mirror Jade here is pretty good. It can send the Lady Labyrinth to the Banish Zone. We have the Albion in Graveyard already. A lot we can accomplish from here. Or we can get Nibiru'd, also possible.
Or we can do absolutely nothing. Yeah, we can just get absolutely dookied on here.
I mean, this is bad for sure, but we're going to be able to proc Titanclad and the Albion, and we get to put Rindbroom in Grave. Like, we have options from this position.
I know there's options, but like you got to think you just put your Labyrinth opponent up 4 cards or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And now you're working with 0. You're on top deck mode, and you work with the resources you have. I don't know if that's enough to clear this game 1. That's a royal Nibiru, by the way. That is so pretty.
That you just draw it more often. All right, let's go end phase. We
Yeah,
get to
right,
trigger the
right.
effect of Cartesia. That's a great material for a branded in red. We can set off the Albion. We can use Titanclad to, I guess, grab a Fallen of Albaz. Like, this is still a lot for sure.
Just depends on what Ryan ended up getting off of that Maxi.
Yeah.
You know, last turn he didn't really have anything to put anything on the board, but he draws 1 or 2 purple cards. He's in it. So
Ooh, we are instead grabbing Banishment. That Royal Banishment, by the way, looking really nice. This
Beautiful.
is
Oh,
just
yeah.
as good. And then we can activate Titanclad, grab a Fallen of Albaz. Or I think Karibo is actually on some Dogmatica cards, so maybe like a Fleur-de-Lis. Oh, we're going to get the Ecclesia,
Fleur-de-Lis
yeah.
doesn't do anything though. Yeah, you'd have to get Ecclesia up first. and then
Mirror Jade
Fleur-de-Lis.
pops the rock and says, all right, out this big guy and branded Banishment. Good luck. And it's crazy. No furniture in that hand, so we were just activating Coup Clock because we had to, or else we were dead.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Let's see what you picked up.
Well, the Omega returns.
I totally forgot Omega too. I totally forgot Omega. Yeah. All
Ariana,
right,
a good
that's a
pickup.
starter.
We are now playing. Getting a furniture here is unbelievable. Stovey Torby.
Okay.
We've already got access to the Coup Clock and Grave, so when we send that Stovey Torby to the graveyard, we'll be able to add the Coup Clock back and activate the trap that we just set. Ooh,
Are we
a link to
linking?
here.
What?
Muckracker? Azalea!
Oh, okay. Gotta take care of the big
Cute.
token.
Chasing out that back row. All right, we'll fire it.
Okay.
I
look
imagine
it
we're
up.
targeting Mirror Jade.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Is there a different option? No, okay, I was gonna say.
The other option is we get, I guess, Rindbroom as a joke.
But what's that do? Yeah.
Maxi and a Maxi.
Maxi.
This one a little less impactful.
We're already so far ahead of our opponent. We'll take what we can get. Pick up another card to maybe close out the game, or
What we're thinking about here. I think the Rindbroom is the other quick effect we have access to. God, Rindbroom is such a powerful card.
it is. It is.
We can use it to, like, flex into something, but our options are pretty limited. You know, you want to be activating Rindbroom against combo decks that put guys in the EMZ, give you access to Mirror Jade. Here, we've already been through the Mirror Jade. Usually these decks don't play, like, a ton of the line, and your opponent's just going to be summoning, like, main deck guys.
Yeah, you're not really worried about him. What is the decision going on here?
Yeah, I'm a little confused as well. Does Karibo have an Ash Blossom or something?
You don't
I
use
assumed
it
they were
here.
thinking about the Rindbroom. What was the banishment target? The Mirror Jade. We are going for the
Okay,
Windbreak.
there is
Wow.
the Windbreak. Okay.
That's really weird here because this Azalea, I believe, is going directly to the graveyard.
Yes, because it doesn't have enough spells to stay on board.
So we could use, like, the Albaz with the token to summon an Albion, maybe? Is that something we want to do?
We'll give Ryan another card here, and he'll take care of the banishment.
Maybe we're trying to get the Albaz on field so we can proc the banishment? If we have another Mirror Jade, we could go Albaz and Azalea. But this also has the Highlander text on it, so it would have to be... Sheesh, I don't know. Yeah, we are gonna do it. We'll go Lubellion.
Okay.
But like going for Lubellion here gets Ryan a second draw. Like that just
Yeah.
seems really rough. Sending Cartesia, what are we trying to make? Borreload Furious? We've seen it in other games, but it's like I mean it's way under the power level of what Ryan's going to be able to accomplish with a 7-card hand.
Put back 2 Fallen
Yeah.
out. There's Furious Dragon. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So the quick effect Scrap Dragon, we gave Ryan 3 cards, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're staring down an 8-card hand, you know?
Yeah.
We know that they have Stovey Torby access to Ku-Clock. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mirror Jade 1 pop isn't going to be sufficient.
We have used our normal summon, though. Ryan.
We thought that Maxi was going to be low impact, by the way. We were like, oh, this is
Yeah,
the low
yeah,
impact
yeah.
Maxi.
I ended up giving him like 4 cards out
Pitching the
of it.
Nibiru, why? We're like 1 summon off it.
I think maybe Ryan's heads up thinking like there is no more summons, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
maybe
no, I
this is
think
the end of the line
correctly
for it.
thinking that, but and the only thing we're really concerned about, I feel, is the life total. This is kind of interesting. If we just shotgunned the Furious Dragon here, I wonder if that was the play. Because the Ku-Clock isn't active yet. The downside is like any other trap is a huge punish. And it's a 7-card hand, so...
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even checking. Thank you for the $20 dono. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, thank you. I didn't even see that either. I think they asked a rolling question, and I don't know if we're the right people to ask. Bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're
I don't know if we're the right
we're very
people to
much
ask.
not. I'll check it real quick. Furious Dragon just starts sniping. I don't know. This is pretty low impact. Again, really shocked. What is in the hand here? I guess with Ku-Clock, you can
I'm so
basically play
curious,
out of the
yeah.
hand.
Okay, we're gonna pop the Lubellion, and we're gonna pop Far Right, which is an unknown, right? We don't know that one. What was it? Errors, maybe? No, it was a welcome. Okay.
Did get to
Go to
grab the welcome here.
Ku-Clock.
We're going to go Chandra here. Set another welcome. Says, I am going to activate this welcome. You cannot stop me. Cycle the Cartesia.
Wait a minute. We passed turn? Okay. But why did this game look unwinnable for a minute? And then now all of a sudden, Karibo's switching 3 massive dudes to attack position.
He's been playing like this all day. All day
Yeah.
we've seen unbelievable games he could not possibly win, and he gets into a winning position. That said, I don't know how much of a winning position this is. I mean, we got to see what these set cards are. The Mirror
Yeah, we
Jade really
do have to see
complicates
what the set
things.
cards are.
The Borreload really complicates things. But it really helps that the Mirror Jade doesn't target, right? It means that we can't just summon
Yeah.
the big lady and pray.
You know, there's a Welcome Labyrinth in the back row, and then I think the other two are unknowns.
Yeah.
I want to say. Goes
in.
Okay. And you gotta pick dark.
Yeah, you got to pick dark, but you're going to miss out on a ton of
let
damage.
the token go. I gotta let the token go. Unless you want to get, I don't think.
No. I know what you're thinking. No.
Pop the Gozen man. You're like, yeah, I'll keep my darks around. That's fine. You could also just chain Borreload and pop one of the back rows, but there's no reason to do that either.
You could Borreload pop the Gozen if you want to keep the token, but I just feel like Borreload is it's a better card. If nothing else, we can Borreload eat one of the remaining cards and potentially get a really sick trade off it.
I mean, maybe the other unknown. You know, the one on the far right's Welcome. I think everyone's been saying the other one's Big Welcome too, so maybe there isn't a great reason to scrap Dragon here.
Somebody did have a good
point,
is the
though.
same as letting Gozen resolve. Well, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
With one exception,
So, yeah,
which is you get a pop. To the individual that super chatted, I hope Coder was able to answer your question. It is beyond me. I thought I had the answer and was absolutely wrong. I'm glad he's in chat to help you out.
I learned something new from that Kevin guy every day, bro.
Yeah.
I think I've been playing this game for years, and I still don't know half these rulings, man. It wouldn't trigger from an unclassified effect. What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Unclassified effect.
I was about to say yes. Like, of course.
I don't even know what that means, bro. What is unclassified? I classify every effect that I activate.
Well, each effect falls into one of, I think, 4 different categories, but there's a 5th category that's just everything else.
Just everything else. Like, there's what? Lingering. There's...
All right, we were going for the Furious Dragon. We were actually going to pop the Gozen match here. I think with the understanding that the other two are chainables, it's like, okay, well, I want to get rid of the one that could theoretically prevent me from doing stuff later on.
We do miss out on the pop here, but...
Yep. All right, so we go Welcome Labyrinth here. That trades for the Mirror Jade. It's a weird position to be in, because if the last card is Big Welcome, then we have a real problem. You really want to go Mirror Jade, banish the Ariana so we can get in for a lethal, provided the last card isn't anything. But there's no way that we don't have access to anything, because all we need to get here is either Silver Lady or any piece of furniture, which we can then pitch and then get the coup clock on to get Big Welcome. And we do have a blocker regardless. So if you make the determination that your life points, that you're never going to get through in terms of life points, how do we deal with this? Do we just try and use the battle phase to get a higher plus? Do we save the Mirror Jade to potentially screw up a Big Welcome by banishing the Ariana, so whatever they summon, they have to add to hand? There's really not a beautiful way to do it. God, and it's scenarios like this. I hate to be like, that's the world champ difference, but it's scenarios like this that make me realize there is a world of difference between the Labyrinth players that I encounter at my locals and the Labyrinth players who like play with a purpose. Wow, the Magnemite here just putting on a little bit more pressure, though I don't know if it changes the math. Getting the coup clock here maybe really fixes things. Or I guess Torby is
for Stovey Torby, yeah.
Torby is like a body blocker. It is Big Welcome. So again, we can chain Mirror Jade here if we want to make the Big Welcome have to bounce something. But it's not that big of a deal, because now that we have the Silver Lady, we can always use that to trade for whatever we would be bouncing. So if we let it resolve, which it looks like we are, we can get Lovely Lady, bounce the Ariana, Lovely Lady eat one of these guys. Oh, we're going to grab the Stovey Torby so the Magnemite doesn't schmoove. God, he's so good. He's so good.
Wow. Okay.
He's so good.
Thinking it through.
Oh, and this is just going to go all the way off. Labyrinth trigger, Chandra Liger trigger. If we activate Torby, we can once again go get Coup Clock. Oh, wow. These players, man, they are different.
All right, is the battle finally going to connect? Looks like it is going to go through now, I think. Okay. And we have Mirror Jade. But Ryan's not out of it yet. Ryan's looking fresh, I'd say.
Did I miss the attack with Mirror Jade? Did we already do that?
I don't think we did. That's why I'm a little surprised myself. Maybe we want to keep the Mirror Jade effect. Is it for later or something?
He for gore. I see. Oh, was it made up branded in red? No, it wasn't. It was made up branded banishment.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Does that prevent you from attacking? No, I didn't think so. It was a long battle phase. Pretty stellar Ash Blossom.
Yeah, Ash on the Gabagool.
If we could get a Lubellion in Graveyard, this whole thing would just resolve way easier.
All right, looks like we're passing it back to Ryan.
We may be
Drawing up
running
to
out
his
of
sixth
time
card.
also, the reason we may have done that.
That could be a thing too.
That was a long turn.
Yeah, keep in mind that for us, there's no time limit. Like, they can play the match as long as they want, but there still is the internal clock on Master Duel. My worst enemy, personally.
Yeah. Throw, I don't know. I feel like Ryan has just been in control this entire time. That's welcome, big welcome. We trigger Coup Clock. We've used both those names this turn, so the Coup Clock doesn't do anything, but... Oof.
This is only game one, isn't it?
It's
too,
game
right?
one, yeah.
This is game one.
Kuklak on field is interesting. We're trying to wield it as a mechanism by which we can big welcome, but this opens up Karibo a really stellar Mirror Jade, where the Mirror Jade can trade for the Kuklak in a position where the set card can't do anything about. Like, you can't chain the big welcome because we've already big welcomed this turn. The problem with that line is if we have another Kuklak, which we might be telegraphing because we haven't done anything with our huge-ass hand, we get massively punished to the moon. So... Just a question on the part of Karibo. He doesn't bite, says, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, you want to do it. I can always just banish the Kuklak in response to the activation of the big welcome, which is true until we get Lady off of the welcome. So,
yeah.
We've got a lot going on. The Boar load refreshes as well. This is once per turn, I believe. Yeah, which is huge.
All right, let's see what Ryan does with his 4-card hand. We're going to start with the normal. I mean, that's huge, honestly.
Ariana's damn good.
There's the Magnamud again.
We knew this card already existed. We can blanket once again by using the Welcome Lab on whatever the target is, unless they decide to target, like, the Nibiru. Nope, going for the Stovey.
I'm going to go for Stovey Torby again. We hit him with it again? Do we say, hey, like, you made this mistake before,
you know what,
buddy?
if you're not attacking, you are allowed to get Magnamud. That's fine. We got to clean up this board state. Grabbing Stovey Torby off of the Ariana. Trigger Magnamut on field. And now that is a prime destruction target for the Boarload Furious Dragon.
Yeah. He's already done his job.
Okay, there's the Lady Lab because we've activated the effect of a Labyrinth this turn. This is one of those last chance to look at me Hector moments. Oh, we do have a target for Garginual. I guess we could theoretically get, like, Quiritis here. We have Priskenian,
Didn't
I
we
think
see,
we've
like...
seen in other games.
Yeah, I think Priskenian. Oh, Quiritis.
Quiritis it is.
Oh, it is Quiritis. I've been saying this thing wrong the whole time. I just think I gave up on trying to pronounce it.
Yeah, you assumed it wasn't Quiritis because I say Quiritis and I'm way wrong all the time. I mean, I've been calling this thing Garginual, so...
I've been calling it Gabagool, so I mean...
Granginal. Ugh, don't like it. Alright, so... Quiritis means that we can't use, really, the battle phase for anything relevant. Going there so that we can... Quiritis now. We're going to activate the graveyard effect of Big Welcome. Turns off the set Big Welcome. I guess we're trying to target the Mirror Jade? God,
Yeah,
but they all need to be non-destruction removed. Yeah.
there we are taking care of the Mirror Jade here.
Mirror Jade
bait
response.
out that.
I imagine we'll be targeting the Lady Lab. We can chain the Welcome Lab to try and get like value off the Lady Lab, and then they have to chain the Borload Furious because it's the last point of interaction we know they have that doesn't trigger the Lady Lab, and then that's all of what they have available, and we can pop off in main phase 2. But it's a question of if we want to do that. We're gonna go Stovey Torby instead. What are we grabbing?
Nibiru? Okay. I think that's all 3 Nibiru we've seen on Ryan's side. You just pitched the last one there from hand. To set
Another
the big
one.
welcome.
We're letting the Mirror Jade resolve. I imagine we get Big Lady here, right?
This doesn't target, right? So yeah, I think you have to get that.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Big takes it
All right, and then
back.
back to the extra deck he goes.
We get to go Chandra. And Stovey Torby, which is cool. Welcome, but we're still... You know, the rough part for Ryan is that even though we're getting all of this massive advantage every single time, it's only converting into welcome and big welcome. Like, we are just missing, like, the other guys that do something. Right? Like, we're missing, like, a repeatable, like, dimensional barrier or... Tears of the Overroot, etc. A torrential, for God's sakes. Here's the Lovely Lab.
See if Lovely Lab can get some work done here.
But it can't really, right?
It can't really. It's not.
It hasn't met its conditions, so instead we can only use it to get over the Bestial Magnema because we don't want to walk over the Quiritis because the Quiritis floats. This prompts the Furious Dragon because the Magnemite is such a tasty Furious Dragon target. You pop it and you pop... I guess the Lovely Lab?
Is there anything else you'd even consider popping? Probably not.
I mean, I would consider popping the
fresh set. Yeah,
the new set.
I thought about that
'cause
too,
it's
but I don't know.
banished.
I think.
Oh God, does
we're gonna get
Quiritis
rid of the
trigger
Levy.
if you do it? No, an opponent's card effect. I was gonna say, do I not understand how Quiritis works? All right, second main we go. These two into what? McRaker? Yeah, this is a really profitable McRaker. In fact, I think we probably were supposed to just let that attack happen. I don't know why we preserved the Magnemut here. Is it because we know the set card is Branded Beast off the Omega? It is. But
And
this is
Lovely
like
Lab's back.
this is a devastating position to be in.
Pick up another Welcome Labyrinth. We already got one of those, I think.
What do we do here? Chaos Angel and Prey? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that looks like it. What is this Chaos Angel unaffected by everything, right? It's oh no,
can't
it's
be
just
destroyed
can't be
by
destroyed
battle.
by
No, it's no light. So we get to get rid of the Furious Dragon. They go Branded Beast in response.
Beast.
Yeah. So we tribute the Furious to try and pop the Chaos Angel, right?
Yeah. Sure, you just let it go through. That's fine.
Oh no, we're going for the back row.
We're picking one of the random back rows. Okay.
No, we know this one. We know everyone. It's big,
Oh, we do
big
know it
welcome,
was big
welcome.
welcome. Okay. Just welcome.
Oh,
everybody.
Muckraker protects it. Oh, clever. That does count. Last card, Prospy. That's unbelievable. He's so
Only
good.
for
He did
3.
three
I'll take
there.
anything good.
Oh, we only have 2 cards left in extra.
We
Ash
take
Blossom. That's a
Definitely
great
the best
pick.
choice. Yep.
Now, unfortunately,
All right,
with
now we're
N-Step,
looking at-
we are going to have a lot to contend with because it's Cartesia plus the Magnemite.
Magnemite search?
Oh, unless we Omega targeting Cartesia. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Oh, no,
put
we're doing
back.
Albion
Was
here.
Albion sent this turn? Yeah, Albion. Oh, it was
Yeah,
sent with
yeah,
the Mirror
because
Jade,
we activated Mirror Jade. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, still a great choice. Okay.
End phase,
All right.
Cartesia.
End phase. We'll get a couple triggers.
Yep, we get Cartesia. We get... What? Probably a Druis Worm from deck. Sometimes I watch a game like this and I just think Yu-Gi-Oh is so good. It's so
And then sometimes
good.
you watch games where you get max seed, you lose turn 2, and then you're like, this game sucks.
Sometimes you open
But
up
no, these are
playable
the
and your opponent goes Maxi Ash Blossom and you go, I don't want to play this shit anymore. But sometimes you have back and forth.
Yeah, some of these games are like, wow, this game really is great.
End step Serenir.
I don't think there's any other
Getting
game
the
that could've-
Serenir in a position where we can't leverage the Welcome Lab to get back Lovely Lab means we're like out of removal. So if they find a way to out the Chaos Angel, we actually do have a problem. They just have to go combat, eat the Muckraker, and then Branded Beast, eat the Chaos Angel, right?
Yeah.
We do have live
Wondering
big
what
welcome and
Karibo-
welcome though. That does a lot of work.
Are you able to see how many cards are left in Kariba's extra deck? It's looking a little light. I wonder what he's still cooking with.
8.
8? Okay, never mind. He's got a
Well,
few.
we know
He's
that
got almost
Albion at
more than
least.
half of his extra deck. Yeah, because we put that back.
And we put the Mirror Jade back as
The
well.
Mirror
which
Jade
is
back as well. yeah.
disastrous. Let me pull up the list. Oh, Quantal has made it to top 4.
You mean Steve Cox? No.
Oh,
way.
right. Yes, of course.
All right, we're gonna go battle. We're gonna take care of the Muckraker.
Yeah. This is the line. Force out some of the trap cards here unless you want to lose the Chaos Angel. And if you do lose the Chaos Angel, you have
Oh yeah,
a
it's protected. Yeah.
really low amount of doing this. Am I missing something?
It's protected.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
protected
because
by
of Chaos
Angel.
Angel.
Everything,
I'm
yeah.
so stupid. I'm such a silly Billy. All right, we're going to have to eat the Chaos Angel over the course of 2 turns.
We're gonna pull
Chaining
out the
a Welcome
Welcome
Lab here.
Labyrinth.
I'm looking at the extra deck, and it's just about exactly what you'd expect.
Standard branded extra deck, yeah.
Every time I see a Verte, though, I just like get jump scared a little bit. Oh, yeah. Ryan is so almost dead. He is so unbelievably almost dead. Leveraging the
That
Ash
is the
Blossom
Ash
here
we
against
saw
the
that off
Serenir
of
Send.
Prosperity,
I mean, correctly, if they get to Lubellion, it's just over.
It's over, yeah. So we're banking on this draw being like a total with.
Briff, you top deck. As much as I would like it to be a Branded Fusion top deck, it's impossible. Cards at 1.
It's impossible, yeah.
We know the Cartesia.
Cartesia.
Yeah, we still got
Target of
targets.
fusion. Okay. I mean, we put them all back, so.
Oh, we're doing all
Oh,
3.
okay.
Oh, tragedy draw. Oh, wow. That's unthinkable.
Wait, that tragedy is like massive.
That's unthinkable. Wow, that's... Holy guacamole.
That is so crazy. I can't even describe. That's so nuts.
Tragedy
That's a huge
here.
swing.
All
right.
Hold up.
Wait. Oh, it has to be fusion summoned by a spell card or effect?
This is news
Dude,
to me.
I've never read that line of text before. That's so crazy.
Oh my
When
god,
did that
wait.
get there?
I thought we were doing it to get Chimera onto our side of the field and pop the board. We were using it to get Tragedy to the graveyard so we could Branded
Get Branded
Fusion.
Fusion.
It wasn't eat the board, it was hand destruction. Oh man,
So funny, 'cause
these
this
players
was
are
all
built different,
perfectly
baby. They are
fine.
built different.
That's so crazy.
That's
Okay,
Fleur-de-Lis and
we're gonna
Fallen of
get to another
Valdez.
Mirror
That's
Jade 'cause it's
Albion.
back in the extra deck.
And we do have Mirror Jade again. Mirror Jade lines up pretty well against the Chaos
Yeah.
Angel.
Looks pretty nice.
Wow. Yu-Gi-Oh! Chimera attacks through Muckraker for game. Well, we're in main phase 2, so, it's going to take a turn.
Can't quite do that, yeah. Remember, chat, this is game 1 too, bud. This is game 1.
Sending Sprind 4 cards and extra. Battle phase 2 would go crazy here for sure. What are we getting rid of? It's got to be Chaos Angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're getting responded to. This is such a rough position to be in. This is like a really low value big welcome.
Yeah. games like these that make me think like there's no other card game that in 6 turns can have this much micro interactions that matter so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so crazy.
Yep, back it goes. And then we'll banish the Ariana so it doesn't resolve. That does allow Chandra and Torby to trigger. But, like, I think we might just straight up be out of targets for these cards.
Yeah.
Like we've seen
burned through all of
3 big welcome.
It's kind of like Ryan saw his whole engine and was able to play,
Didn't see
but like,
non-engine.
hasn't seen any of like the power trap cards. Like
Mm-hmm.
you saw Goes in match, and that was obstacled pretty easy. So
Sprint. What are we still working with in the extra? I think there's like
I
a
have no
Dragostapelia and a Verte. Oh, man. Merc here seems unbelievable. Did we go through Merc already? No, we're going Kit, yeah. Oh, Spring doesn't get Tri-Brigades. Does one of them get Tri-Brigades? It's the bad
yeah,
one, right?
it's Brigham. Yeah, Brigham gets tried.
Brigrand the Glory Dragon. All right, we'll grab the branded in red and says, okay, next turn you better kill me.
Yeah, Ryan's got work to do. He's got work to do.
Yeah, this is not a position I envy, but he is down to 1 point of interaction he has to chew through, and that's the branded beast. All we got to get through is branded beast, and we win.
Surely, right? Surely we can do that.
We have a 4-card extra. One of them is Chaos Angel. One of them is Omega. So the other 2 are Unicorn Access Code.
We're going to start off with Welcome. Bring
you're
out
right.
the
Beast is off, yeah.
bring out the Chandelier.
Okay, I mean, this is good.
Muckraker?
Muckraker, discard for Ariana. We can... God, what are we even getting off Ariana? Okay, yeah, that card's not very good here.
Okay.
Ariana grabs silver. I think we've actually seen both silvers if he's only on 2. Yeah, Stovey Torby.
Another Stovey, yep.
Do we even have targets for this card?
Did just get outgrinded?
It seems so
can't believe
weird.
it. Wow. Locked into Fiends because of Muckraker.
Mm-hmm. Normal Chandra. What are we making?
3? Is that a unicorn? Wait, it has to be different names for unicorn, right? So.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
Oh, oh
That's
wow,
10.
I just can't math. What? That's crazy.
That's 10. All right. Okay.
Is this one? Was this made with what? What attribute? Only darks?
I think it was completely darks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all darks. Well, we still got to find a way to get the Muckraker off the field.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Okay,
a way.
I mean,
is
this
it
is unicorn, right?
Unicorn?
Yeah. That was the
It
last
is
card we saw. Yep,
unicorn.
Okay.
We spin the Mirror Jade.
Fear Jade, and then just attack and like hope our opponent.
We
doesn't
do clear the
anything.
field here, but we proc the Albion. Big welcome. Oh my god, bounce the Albion. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we've cleared.
I mean, this is the problem. So, yes, we've cleared. However, we are just out of gas. Like, we're just cycling through the same 4 monsters that do nothing, and branded in red is in hand. Oh god, there's no way the last unknown is actually access, is it? There's no shot after all those X drives he just has an access in here. Okay, thank God. I was like,
Couldn't
that
make
would
it
actually win
anyways,
the
though,
game here.
because, no, you can't make it.
And we're fiend blocked, yeah.
Muckraker, yeah. So, even if it was.
Okay, so we don't have a way to contest the branded in red, but they have to draw a monster for branded in red.
They do, yes. They have to.
It's got to be one of a couple of very specific monsters because we do not have much in the extra. Oh, well,
Wait,
we
there's
drew a
did
monster.
he draw one?
Oh, Quiritis.
Okay.
Oh!
Wow. What a game. Oh my god, bro.
Oh, what a
Ryan won
game!
that one.
That was the
Ryan
most
looked like he was
intense
slated to win
game
that.
one I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was crazy.
man.
We thought Ryan was like destined to win it from the first few
That is
turns.
legitimately-
after Maxi drawing like 18 cards.
Legitimately
But
the
it was
world's
a grind.
difference.
I lost my camera again, bro.
No,
What's
no,
going
you're
on?
fine. Legitimately the world's
Okay,
difference.
there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, what a crazy game one. That was awesome to watch.
Oh.
They're the only one. Wait. Oh, they're not the only ones still playing.
No, there's one more. No.
Yeah. Surprise. All right, well, we'll let those duelists get ready for game
But,
2, and we'll watch
like,
game 2.
Legitimately. How many times have you played a Labyrinth player at locals and you get into a situation like that and they just beef it? They just like, they play poorly or they go, I only saw engine. And that's it.
Yeah,
like,
it's really easy to get like to flub it up or like at some point just like admit defeat, right? Like at some point you're like, oh my god, I've gotten outvalued. But as you saw with Ryan playing there's no days off, baby. You can really make it come back.
endurance.
It's crazy.
the endurance on this kid. He just kept slugging. That was crazy.
That was unbelievable. That was so cool to watch.
Wow.
Man, I can only imagine this game would be like, it would feel so bad if there was an actual time limit. But there's not. So we get to watch this best of 3, hopefully, if it pans out that way, in the full. So that's really good. Because I think, how long was that game?
We'll have to look
like
back, but I imagine it
minutes?
was like 35 minutes.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, what time is it now? Yeah, that was a 40-minute game. No joke.
Got carried
37
by
minutes.
Maxi? Shut up. That was 37 minutes. No.
Oh. Wow.
Damn, that was crazy. I'm actually just stoked to watching this game.
You know what's
That was
crazy?
so
If
good.
that happened in paper and they went into siding with 3 minutes left, I would not have blamed that branded player for not scooping it up. Like I think they were massively favored. And like you look back and it's like, did something as minor as that Quiritis pop off the Borlode Furious Dragon rather than the Magnum Up pop, was that like a difference maker? Like you think how tight the margin was on that game and you're like, was some of the minutia that happened during that game, were those the percentage points that put Ryan over the edge? And it's just like, yeah, I mean, if you want to be a world-class player, you have to pick up every one of those percentage points. And he did. He played insane.
Yeah. It's really the micro interactions that really determine the entire outcome of the match. Like,
All right, we were about to hop into game
small
2, it looks like.
matters so much. All right, let's pop in, bro. I'm stoked.
Ideally, these will be faster because of the sideboard, but, could be wrong.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm assuming Karibo's going to start us off. See what kind of board they can end up on.
So I imagine if you are Karibo, you're going first this time.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, not even a question. All right, let's see in the 60-card deck from Karibo what 5 we've opened up with. Opening.
See, okay, people
That's
always
all right.
whine about, 60-card deck and you found Branded Fusion. The whole deck is Branded Fusion. There's like 12 Branded Fusions in here.
Well, that gets you to it, yeah.
That's always the frustration I had with 60-card decks that are all like sacky one-ofs, is everyone always plays against it and they're like, I can't believe you drew the one-of. It's like, each card in here is a powerful one. I had to draw something. I wasn't going to draw a one-card hand like on Edo Pro.
Yeah, let me draw one of the one-ofs. It's fine. Like, I have 40 of them in my deck. Like, I'll get one of the good ones. Like, all right. We're going to go for a Luber.
Luber de la Duber.
The Brefew.
Looks like nothing out of Ryan. I mean, do we just fire it? Do we just go?
Is there anything you would consider doing before doing that?
Playing Lost. They're just going. They say, if you got
Got
Ash,
it.
you got Ash. Hey, we got Ash,
And they
baby.
got it.
Let's go.
No called by the graves.
Oh, man. Well,
Right, let's see
I
if
will
Aluber
tell
can
you,
do
I mean,
enough
last
of it.
time they didn't get to resolve Branded Fusion until the end of the combo. They did some competent stuff before it. Grass, one time. Grass. Thrust for
Grass
grass.
would go so hard here. Grass would be unbelievable here.
Can't tell if Karibo is like thinking out the rest of the turn or typing like a whole bunch of hate speech into the MCS server.
Yeah, right. Just
You know, either one is thinking out a combo. Okay, we've got some stuff to do.
okay. Thrust. There's the thrust. Okay, we already cleared the ash, so we can safely go for grass if that's what we want to go for.
I can't go for grass here because you have to set it. It would maybe be something.
Oh,
like,
right, because our opponent doesn't have a monster. I'm so sorry.
like a reboot. Ugh. That's the problem. There's not like an auto win. There's no dimensional barrier for setting 3.
Yeah, you can't get reboot either. I don't think.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Has to be a normal speller trap.
We are going to get
Okay,
grass.
getting
We're just going to say
and
we
can't do
will
anything with it.
simply
Yeah, it's
get
just
to
sit there.
activate it. Play will pass back, I believe. Oh man.
Everybody's saying trap stun. Trap stun would be
Trap
trap stun
Oh
would be
no,
crazy.
no.
Right. Okay, the one of
World champ
prosperity.
difference. Let's go. See, but you can't be mad when he draws a
66
one of
cards
because there's
deeper
less
than that.
cards in deck.
Oh yeah, he's got 40. So he's like 100%. If the math checks out, he's 100% likely to see it.
All right, what are we working with? Chandra, welcome. Maxi, big welcome. Chandra. Barrier, well, it was a bunch of engine and mid cards until that very last one. If we already have combo, I imagine we're taking barrier and just blow them out of the water. But even if we take barrier, if they resolve grass, we're not in a great position because they can just bestial their way out of the game. Getting a Lubellion in grave is really valuable against this deck that puts a lot of darks in grave.
We ended up taking the chandelier.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess we're lacking
barrier.
engine. That's a good position to be in, though. Lacking engine and find it off of Prosby means that like the rest of your hand is like really good reactive stuff. All right,
Normalcy?
combat. He
Chandelier.
says, "Let's go, baby."
Gonna beat the frame out of this Aluber here. Catch some hands.
People forget Chandra's got attack points. 15.
Yeah, he's
Ooh, a second.
beefed up. 15.
Wait, what the heck
Not
did we
bad.
do? We did 2 Chandras? Chandra big.
Okay, pitch big welcome.
Ooh, pitching big is kind of sick, actually. Clock in hand, 1 time.
We'll see it here if he has it. Okay.
Clock in hand, 1 time. Might just be passing here. Playing in draw phase. If it's big welcome here, we can be truly annoying. We can go like big welcome, grab clock to hand, Lady Lab for EEV, call spell.
We know if EV's in his side deck. Surely it's in the side deck.
If you get a side deck, I would imagine you'd throw it in there.
I'd imagine it's gonna auto include, right?
Oh,
All right,
no,
we're gonna make
we're doing something else actually.
Okay. We're gonna take this last card and say it's not good enough. I'm so curious what it is.
It was barrier.
Oh, what? It was barrier.
Wow, this is really.
Hey, we're gonna get rid of
interesting.
the grass. Gotta say, like, I can't let you get that grass. So what's the other back row though?
It could be we're playing EEV in the board, but we're not boarding into it going second. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So here, it's just a position where it's like, yeah, we have to make this terrible play in order to eat the grass because we don't have access to it. If the draw is Ash, this is probably the end of the game regardless. But, I mean, we got nothing going.
Yeah, not a whole bunch.
Why pitch D barrier? Well, like I said, if you can get a Lubellion into the grave, you're still massively favored even through a D barrier, right? You just get to put up big guys that hit hard. You know what's insanely funny is that the nightmares are fiends.
They are fiends. Yeah, so you can use Big Welcome. That's cute. Think we can have Nightmare Goblin back?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Ugh.
What's its where it's co-linked? You can't target monsters.
Can't target, yeah.
Is that what it is? That's so insane.
Yeah, I can't believe it says that. Yeah, it could say nothing and still be crazy. It's crazy that like Seraphonite Brilliant Fusion was being splashed and everything, and they were like, "Wow, people are willing to do anything to get a double summon. What if we just gave it to them?" You know?
Yeah, I remember what was back, dude. It's so crazy to think ABC was like unbelievable back then.
Yeah.
And then they were cooking up some of the most outrageous combos with Goblin and stuff.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's so
all
funny.
right.
Some games you're playing Battle Cruiser Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're just like moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, blasting your opponent. And some games, you both are just setting one and passing because the deck is not very good.
Yeah. No Ash Blossom out of Karibo too. This
That's
big
great
welcome,
news.
Sorry, regular welcome is resolved.
Ariana here, just
Gonna
gonna
pick
go
up
for
Ariana.
the power play. All right, we're gonna go Ariana.
What kind of response?
And grab Kuklok here if
What
we
is that
want.
last
I don't think
back
it
row
does
from
anything.
Karibo? I'm so curious.
Forgot to draw Ash for turn. Yeah, honestly, like a huge misplay. Grabbing Stovey Torby instead. We can end step Big Welcome, targeting our Nightmare Phoenix. Get back to Chandra. Trigger Chandra. Pitch Torby. Set Welcome or Big Welcome.
Yeah.
Pop off. Yeah, this seems like the end of the end of the game.
What about Ariana instead?
Oh, it says, I would like to draw another card next turn, please. This is rough. Frequently, it just gets to a position where, what are you going to do? Set card was branded Banishment.
Ain't nothing there, yeah.
What do we have in grave,
nothing.
even? A Luber?
Luber.
I was asking, I was like, why didn't we do this and grab branded fusion? There's one. There's one branded fusion.
Oh my god, what do we make off this here?
What
What do we use?
she's
That?
a
It's a
dark,
dark,
right?
so it's going to be
Yeah.
bad. Quertus, okay.
All
All
right.
right, so big welcome. Whiffs. We're not getting back
that's
that Ariana.
Cool. But pitching anything here gets us the entire line, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I gotta say, Karibo, despite being massively unfavored from this position, is really, really playing quite well.
Oh yeah, been playing super tight. A lot of games that we thought were just one-sided have not looked that way as long as Karibo's been playing.
Torby time.
Stovey.
Maxi. Grab big welcome. Unfortunately, we have to just pass here, which is
Yeah, just pass
embarrassing.
here.
Drawn Ash Blossom actually cooks us. Like we could potentially lose this game if that's the case.
That's how it looked last turn too. So
Yeah.
there's still 3 of them in deck. I'm almost positive, right?
But crazy
In a
to be in that
60 card
position
deck?
twice, right?
Okay, we're
Taking
gonna
him down
go
to
Quertus.
0
We're
says,
gonna-
I'll go combat.
Yep.
It'd be nice if Karibo could
Right.
find something to do.
Mhm.
Like a Cartesia or something. Like, oh my god.
If he does find the Ash, though, like you said, it is just the end of the game. So even if there isn't
Well,
anything going on,
He has to have
just
some
pass it back
pressure.
and-
If you ash and then do
Yeah.
nothing, it kind of sucks. I'm like, I know it's a 60 card deck and there's a lot of nonsense in it, but like I struggle to think of 3 cards that all either don't like simplify a board state or win you the game. What on earth? That's one of them.
Why are we doing
Why
that?
normal that?
Why are we doing that? That's absolutely not the play.
Oh my god, I know what they're doing.
Unless there's another one.
We're gonna go Verte.
Wait, you see the line? Oh my god.
Make Verte if you
Do you
have
think
no
that's the
other
move
choice.
though?
I bet
you
we
think
have a
that's what
second
you
one
do?
in hand. I would imagine we're only doing that in a world where we have 2 of the
Like
bell.
the Ash in hand or something to beat this other one.
Make Verte. Oh my god, you can reveal fusion
Then
deployment?
fusion deployment?
What? I'm learning much today.
I'm like, me too. I didn't even know you could do that.
Now we can pass and make Mirror Jade if we want. That's pretty good.
Wow.
All right, flip
okay,
up that
wow,
card
no,
so we can get
never
this
mind, that
bell
was
out
pretty
our
slow.
hand. Yep.
Oh, you did call it. You're an
Yeah,
animal.
no way you
Yeah,
ever
you're
normal
right.
summon that if you have a second one. Wow, and suddenly this is looking like Karibo's game to lose. Now, if Ryan draws any monster, he's very much in it. But if he doesn't draw a monster, then he might lose the game on the spot. That's a monster.
That's a monster.
So you can't do this the way you want, which is Cartesia for Mirror Jade to banish Kuklok, because Big Welcome is a quick effect. So go Big Welcome here, and then we get to cycle Stovey Torby, Welcome Labyrinth, Chandra Liger, and we just get to go off. You can't make Mirror Jade here? Oh yeah, no
I don't think you
Albaz.
make
What are
Mirror
we
Jade,
trying to
right,
make?
yeah.
Garginual?
I think, yeah, Gabagool Dragon's like the only one that you can make there.
Where is he? Oh, we showed him off. Show the boys your pretty face. There he is. I can't believe how many hits this branded deck can take. I always conceptualize branded as a deck that, like, oh, you eat the branded fusion and like that's it, like that's the end of the game. But
yeah, and then,
boy,
and then just keeps chugging.
he has kept chugging. The same way about Labyrinth. This could be finals, honestly. These two are insane.
Oh yeah, this has been some insanely good gameplay. This has been great Yu-Gi-Oh to watch.
So here we send. I imagine we're sending Saranir. Then we go send
Yeah.
Retribution.
Yeah.
Grab branded fusion next turn.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What are we getting? Oh, we get Priskenian. I'm like, what do we get off this guy? Because we already went through Coritis.
What's Perskenian do? I
It's
never
like a
remember what that
weird
guy
way
does.
to take a card, if I remember correctly. Send Sprint here. Hell yeah. Let's go. Oh, bad news. Top 4, 0 Kashtira players.
Womp womp. Best deck of the format, right?
Best deck, dude. It's crazy. Wow. Now that
All right,
I'm
we got
thinking about it,
Kuklok back
Kuklok
with
was the
Kuklok.
best monster he could have drawn. Because now we get to go Torby, Chandra, Welcome, and then we get to Kuklok, and then we get to activate Welcome.
Oh my, yeah, we get
hold
to
up.
do
This,
everything.
this was
here.
actually like the Destiny draw.
Right. Give me back the Torby. Give me back the Shang. Okay, we're cooking. We're cooking.
MBT, can you explain the lore on why Garginual is a spellcaster? Sure, if you can spell caster right now. Caster.
Yeah, you got him, bro. You
You're cooking.
got him.
Welcome Labyrinth here summons what? Big Lady. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Yep.
Big Lady walks. That wasn't a
It's triggered
monster
when it
effect,
dies,
so we don't
right?
even get to trigger this card.
Is it only by monster effect where it gets to trigger?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Nice. Nice.
I can't believe how fortuitous that draw was. I guess Ariana would have been better than Kuklok, but only by a little.
D barrier set. Ooh.
Yeah, that seems pretty over.
That seems like the end of the game.
That's
Yep.
rough.
Oh man.
Torby pitch
Crazy
Chandra,
game.
set a card, trigger Kuklok, grab it. Yep. Whew. And this was a 2-0. This was a 50-minute.
This was a 2-0. Perhaps the longest 2-0 I've ever watched. That's crazy though. Brian played this extremely well. And you know what? Karibo played it extremely well too. Both of these guys played out of their minds.
Okay.
This has been some great Yu-Gi-Oh to watch.
Now, notably, the game is not technically over, and for that reason, I gotta warn you, there could still be a lot of game left.
Against D barrier? You sure?
Well, we get to fusion this turn, right? Because the Sprind is going to summon an Albaz. So we go Sprind,
Oh, and then you do take the
Albaz and Lovely. What's the dark target? It's Lubellion or Albion. It's one of those, right? Lubellion, yeah. And then we can make Mirror Jade. But what does that do for us?
All right.
Branded in high spirits.
Branded
The
in
pitch,
high
that's
spirits.
insane.
That is super strong. And then we'll go into the Lubellion. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, Chat
Let's
actually
go.
has an interesting idea. What if we make Furious here? Can we do that?
A scrap dragon? Requires 2 dark dragons, I think it makes. Can't make it there.
Alright, and he's a spellcaster, as we just learned. No, I don't think we have the material for it. Yeah, there's only one dragon engraved, and it's this asshole. I think we put back the Garginual there, right? We had to.
Yeah, and then we
No,
made
the
Mirror Jade
Coritis,
here.
actually.
Okay.
This is a weird position to be in, because while we don't have a way to snag that welcome. If we could stop the welcome, again, if we draw Ash or Bell, we win the game on the spot, because the D barrier can't be used because there's no Fiend on the field.
Yeah.
But if we fail to draw those cards, oh, what are we doing? We're banishing the Lubellion to set Branded in red?
What?
Oh, this is crazy.
Okay, wait. Super heads up.
And step
All right.
Beer. Then we
Also
trigger
gets back the high
Albion.
spirits, yeah.
Hold. Setting
Hey,
Retribution. Oh god. Oh my god, that outs it. Oh my god, that outs it.
is
There's
massive.
an on-field effect
Wow.
of this card.
That is so good. Wow, what a fucking heads up play by Karibo. Okay, wait. So we just got to put a couple more dudes on.
Yeah,
board
we got to do
game.
damage is the problem. We still don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
lethal. We need like a fucking Lubellion or
Oh, we don't have lethal
a
yet.
Magnemite
We're
or
just going to
something.
the battle phase. All right, Ryan, got to flip up something. Or not, you can just take it.
not
Yeah, that's fine.
necessarily.
Yeah, we'll go down 25.
Because like in end phase we flip up the trap card, then we brand it in Retribution it, but then we have the trap in Graveyard, which means we get to do the line we did last time again by normal summoning the Ku Clock. So the other thing is we now have to win this turn if we're Ryan. We have to get into an
you
unlosable
have to.
position this turn because we're about to set the fucking branded fusion again.
Yeah. All right, Ryan drew the Ku Clock to put him back into this game. Let's see if he can draw something else to keep him in it.
Can we go big welcome, bounce the clock again, get back Chandra, Stovey Torby, Lab, which is good. I mean, but, oh wait, is Mirror Jade on? If we go big welcome and then chain Mirror Jade, do we lose?
Oh. Is Mirror Jade live? Didn't he just Mirror Jade banish his own
Mirror Jade
guy?
is live, but we can activate the dim barrier though, right? Because now we control a fiend.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is such a strange sequencing question. They have to
Okay, there's dim
proactively
barrier.
dimensional barrier, right? And then we have to chain Mirror Jade, banishing the Ku Clock, and we chain the big welcome in Graveyard to bounce the Ku Clock and get all the
Bounce the
graveyard
Ku Clock.
effects.
Yeah.
Oh, they just let it happen. I mean, I guess
Let it
why
happen.
not? You know,
Okay, yeah.
play around
I mean,
thrust.
same outcome anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to bounce this Ku Clock to hand. All right, we'll get all the chain links together.
game is insane, dog. Oh!
Maxi Karibo says, I'm not out of it yet. Not out of it yet.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
That's
La
two draws,
cucaracha,
the Torby comes back too.
Add this to hand.
We pick up off let's see here.
Grenginual. Because a monster is special summoned by a card effect, we get to pop off just a little. We're getting back to Quiritis, I imagine.
Like Ecclesia? Ecclesia's in his deck too, isn't it?
Oh,
so yeah, we can pick up Ecclesia.
Okay. Oh my god, and Fleur-de-Lis is live.
Yeah, Fleur-de-Lis is live.
Oh, and Fleur-de-Lis is also lethal. And we also did not activate Ecclesia because Fleur is already in grave. Right.
How did he end up there? How did my guy end up there?
Are the other games done already? Yes. Don't worry. I don't know how upset you can be about this. You're drawing. A lore accurate Fleur, bottom of the graveyard. Come on. It's crazy that she remained dead. Everyone else came back, but Fleur-de-Lis, they were like, nah. I guess all the Ice Jades remained dead, too. That was kind of rough. Sorry, Agrine.
What is your favorite lore story from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, it's got to be the branded one.
Stands out? You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You know what my favorite is?
You're going to say Dual Terminal.
Nah, it's the Bee Troopers. I think their literal storyline is they're just bugs with guns, bro. I think that's literally what the solo mode told me. They're just like, they're a bunch of bugs with guns. I'm like,
they just like, yeah. They like guns. She comes back as Lulu Walaith. I thought that was her armor. No, that's Fleur's will. Oh, okay. Quiritis is the armor. No. Oh, and she died afterwards. Cool. It's like what, Maya in Ace Attorney? No, Maya's your helper. Who am I thinking of? Mia, yeah.
We reset the Welcome Labyrinth again.
Spoilers? I'm spoiling the first 30 seconds of the game, chat. Man, this Ku-Klok this is the little Ku-Klok that could, I'll tell you this.
Work. Yeah, the Ku-Klok's been moving. We've given Karibo 3 cards, though, as a Labyrinth player.
We're giving him 4. Said we're not done yet.
We make him here.
Man, I'd be scared to make anything at this point. It's got to be Muckraker, yeah.
Oh, Muckraker, yeah, okay.
What do we have
Give
even
him
worth
5.
getting?
Why not?
We've
Give
got
him
Lovely
5.
Lady in there. Did we find a Bestial? We did!
Yes, we did. We did.
So I was going to say, there's just a...
That's
Whoa!
and that's
We're
the
going
wrap.
to game
Yeah,
3,
Ryan's
baby!
like, I've had enough. We're going to a game 3.
Oh my
Jeez,
God.
these first 2 games have been insane.
I'm going to
Super
cry,
back and
dude.
forth.
I can't imagine
So
after this one just like watching a Sprite player like fail to draw level 2. Like, how am I
Yeah,
supposed
right?
to do that?
Oh, man. I'm locked in for this 3rd game, though. I'm assuming we're going to see Ryan go first and Lab on the draw.
Oh, you
Lab
think
on
so?
The draw is pretty
You think
crazy.
so?
I think that's pretty good.
Now, I'll tell you, Ryan is going to be real happy to go first. He's got a lot in this side deck that basically screams, "Oh yeah, if I get to go first, this game is we're not even playing."
What's like the one card that stands out to you that would instantly?
Oh gee, what card do you think stands out to me?
Is there a card called Eradicator Schmepanepic Virus? Maybe
There might be a card to that, to that with that name.
All things considered, though, this has been. It's not even over, but this has been an incredible match to watch.
It's been insane. Some of the best Yu-Gi-Oh I've seen in months. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I constantly think like this because, when you see the players like this who are the ones who are consistently topping, you think, how do they maintain a competent level of play for this long? Like, it really is endurance.
Endurance is a huge thing. I think in a physical tournament setting, it's something that shows a little more. I think being online and stuff, you're obviously in the comfort of your own home. So I think there's a lot of things that you could do to maybe alleviate that grind or something like that. You make yourself more at home, more comfortable. But no, you're playing hours and hours on end. We started this live stream at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. About 7 o'clock. These duels have been playing for about, what? That's like, hold on, quick math. 8 hours or something like that? It's crazy.
Woof. They're just boarding now. And let me see what Karibo could potentially board for game 3.
Karibo's got to have red reboots, but what? 2 red reboot and 60? If I'm Ryan, I'm like, yeah, better have it, Bozo.
He's got a fair amount of stuff for Lab, I will say. I think came to this event being like, yeah, we're going to have to beat Lab at some point. But again, yeah, that's kind of the downside is while we have seen the 60 cards kind of enables you to have in Branded Fusion and Grasslook Screener a couple of spells that just automatically win you the game on the spot. It also means it's much less likely for you to see your side cards. And against decks like Labyrinth, which absolutely demand that you see side cards, things can go south pretty quickly.
See how it ends up, though, in game 3. Looks like the players are just getting ready.
Oh, boy.
I'm so stoked.
Okay.
I'm stoked to watch this, bro.
Splash water on my face here. One more game, baby. One more game.
You guys don't want to go anywhere, too, because after this, we'll be hopping into top 4.
We may take a couple of minutes. I may pass out. All right, we have made it.
All right. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3.
I will say this. I don't think Cash could have played through this shit.
No, me neither, bro. Me neither. All right, let's see. Run it, baby. Oh, we're on Karibo's side this time. Oh. Wrong deck, maybe? Possibly? I'm going to assume maybe they discussed something like that. Unless that's the quickest game 3 of my life.
And congratulations to... Yeah, I wrong coin flip.
No idea what
I
happened
see.
there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, strap in for game 3. You have Branded versus Labyrinth. Labyrinth will be on the draw. So let's see how they set up.
All right. Show me that Eradicator. Good start. Fantastic start.
Very good start.
Stovey and Chandra. Decent open. There's Big Welcome.
Big Welcome.
Show me that Ariana or that Kuklok. Ooh, or nothing.
Ooh, or nothing. No, nothing. Just 2 more back rows in the pass of the turn. All right.
Well, notably, if one of those back rows is Welcome Labyrinth, we do still have it.
Works. Yeah. Okay. So Karibo's going to drop the 6. Go through the standby. We're gonna make it to the main. We are gonna make it to the main phase. Okay.
All right. Oh.
Okay. That's probably the strongest that grass will ever get.
And this
can we get a deck
things
count
up
check
too
here?
Because if you get a Lubellion off this, you can contest the line. Merc
20
to grave.
cards hit the bin.
Banishment.
Bro, what?
Whoa.
There's like nothing. There's some crazy
it's
stuff
good
that's
enough.
there, but
we can use
good
Sarnir
enough,
here
yeah,
in
like,
order
I
to
think that's
send
what I'd
the counter trap and grab ourselves the Branded Fusion back. We've got a ton of material to be able to work with. That's the thing is like this is what a bad grass looks like. There's not like a million effects proccing. But it did set up the graveyard in a way that's going to make playing the remainder of the game super simple.
Yeah.
We got to see a little of the sideboard there, too.
that.
You can see a Lightning Storm, a Harpy's Feather Duster. I bet he wishes those were in his hands.
Tough break, can't see them all in 60, right?
All right.
Okay, so we are going to set the Branded Fusion.
We're going to grab it to hand, thankfully. We don't have to worry about it getting popped or
You happen
cosmic
to see
or
any
anything.
red reboots in the graveyard there too? Any,
We
any
did
reboots
not.
pop in? Or they
If we have one in our
could
hand, that
potentially
is
still be in
definitely
play,
the end
yeah.
of the game.
also saw, was that there could be only one in there too?
We are boarding Tikpu. I don't
Yeah,
know.
how do you feel
I don't know how
about that
powerful
going
it is in
into
this
lab?
matchup.
Yeah, interesting.
Just thinking here about sequencing. We're gonna go for it. I mean, if
Okay,
they didn't
we're
Ash
open
Blossom
with it.
the. Oh man, that's rough.
Okay, that's a good one.
Reboot
That's a
time.
good one. Reboot would be fierce.
Oh, it's going back to him. Okay, all right.
No, it's resolving. Okay, all right. Game's not entirely over right away.
Things are looking rough. If that set card's welcome, we are pretty much toast. In fact, we know the big welcome. If we have to pass here, we're toast. But that's a good start. Okay, Brandon in high spirits.
yeah.
Now, I think the reveal here we've seen is a Roarkallos.
Yeah, we saw Roarkallos dump and then
No. I'm
No,
thinking of another
okay.
build. We're going Albion here.
I think it was somebody else's deck maybe.
That was tight. I'm gonna steal that for sure.
I
This
think that was
also
yeah,
good.
the dump Roarkallos to make hit. I think that was super sick. I like that.
There's no cash in the top 4. I bet Galaxy Eyes did nothing. There is no cash in the top 4, regrettably.
Would you be surprised if I said Galaxy Eyes did nothing either? Would you be surprised?
Heck? What's poppin'? We're watching these two play probably the best games of Yu-Gi-Oh! I've seen in a long time. Starting
how
out
did
here,
your
target the
VIP go, though?
McCourier. The McCourier is kind of full combo. As full as we could hope for under the circumstances. The circumstances here being Dimensional Barrier.
Dimensional barrier, yeah.
So we've got a couple of sick targets for the McCourier. I guess Kit is probably the pick here.
Yeah, I'd imagine Kit's probably like the go-to.
Oh wait, Tri Brigade McCourier searches Fallen Valbaz monsters. I'm very bad. I was like, oh yeah, try for try. This card's been out for years. I should know this by now. This is top 8, yeah. We actually have the other 3 people in top 4 already. While they're deciding, I'll let you know. It's Quantal, Sesame, and... Oh, I may be wrong about this. Yeah, it's Quantal and Sesame, and then Sofke.
And then what's the breakdown for that? Math Mech in top 4? I think that's what Sofe's on, right? Crazy. Math Mech, Lab. I'm trying to think. Quantal's on Lab, and then what's the last guy on? Do we remember?
Quantal's on... Yeah, Quantal's on Lab, I think.
And then what was Sesame on?
Pearly.
Early? Okay.
What the hell is that card? You talking about Branded Sword? Oh, Branded Sword is crazy.
All right,
Branded Sword's actually been
Spriggan's
pretty
Kit.
stellar, I gotta say.
Oh yeah, Branded Sword's actually kind of slick. There's some cool things you can do with that card.
It's looked nice. All right, we're gonna go Spriggan's Kit here. And it's gonna be no.
Skilly D!
All
Skilly
right,
D! Oh my goodness.
There's
we
the
know that last
unknown.
card's, welcome.
Oh, that might be the end of the game. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. Oh no.
We know that last card's big welcome. We're just gonna start putting out big vanilla guys.
It's like,
and-
okay, how many Bestials
Yeah.
can we manage? We need what? 1.5 more. No. That's so funny that the first 2 were such skillful games, and the third one is going to come down to how many
It's
Blue Eyes
completely
White
drained
Dragons
of
Ryan
skill,
can
bro.
summon.
Oh man. How has it come to this? You guys are just tuning in. If you get the chance to rewatch this entire match, though, this has been one of the better Yu-Gi-Oh matches I've seen in a very long time.
First 2, unbelievable.
Don't let the game
this
3.
one,
Yeah, don't let the game 3 dissuade you. This match was crazy good.
I believe that the set card is Twin Twisters. All right, we're going to go
Surely
Albion
it's
here.
Twin Twisters, right?
What do we grab? The Branded in red, not milled here. We're grabbing the Retribution.
Okay.
Retribution, by the way, has looked killer So we have to fire the big welcome here, but we're very happy to do so, of course.
Sure.
Oh, or maybe we're
Okay,
not
big
happy at
ash
all.
blossom.
Maybe we're
Huge ash blossom
insanely
here.
sad. Oh no. Okay, we are in the
Ryan's gotta
literal
see
exact same
some kind of
position as
big
last
card.
time.
Oh my god, yeah.
If Ryan doesn't draw a
In
monster,
60,
we
by the
win.
way, yeah.
We're gonna
Okay,
lead high
okay.
spirits. Reveal McCourier, send Rindbroom.
Rindbroom?
Pitch McCourier.
So fusion summoning here makes retribution.
Albion.
No, I'm sorry, he's not fusioning. My bad.
No.
Just wait.
We do have a monster, so we can use the big welcome to bounce this back to hand. God, he really does rip the furniture when he needs it. That trigger is Torby and Chandra Liger. We can use both if we so desire to get 2 cards. We can only retribution one of them. This retribution is going to go so incredibly hard. Let's pull it up for the fine folks at home. This is what we're working with.
Does he have 2 fusions in the graveyard?
Yeah.
After Brandon and High Spirits? That activated it, right? That's crazy. All right, gonna set the big welcome
again. I wonder if we just summon Lady Lab to not die.
I mean, I feel like you have to, right?
Nah, we're gonna go for the trap card here. All right. So once again, getting a Bell or an Ash Blossom wins us the game
He's
on
going
the
to end
spot.
game, yeah.
All right, here we go. 3 cards.
All right, one of these summons is accounted
Just
for.
walk directly to the battle
Got
phase,
the red
right?
to take care of one of them. Can we take care of
Yeah, we're doing it.
battle phase? We're just gonna go for it.
Hold. Here's the one.
All right, here's the
Ash!
Oh!
The Ash! No!
What? Oh my god! He threw it! No way!
Oh no!
Oh my god! That's the end of the game.
Retribution for the other one! I can't believe we did it!
That is so crazy.
This was the
Did
hardest
he
fought
back-to-back
best of 3 I've ever
Oh
seen in my
God.
entire life.
Oh, that was so close.
Oh!
Insane. Yeah, through the dimensional barrier, through a skill drain, the Ash Blossoms, Miracle Draw in the hand. That
This
was
guy's
so
crazy.
intense.
This guy's
what
out
a
of his
great
mind.
best of 3.
Karibo moves on to top 4. Imagine if they get out in top 4. Like, just to
Oh
nothing.
man, dude! After working that hard to get that win, I'd be furious. But
Oh,
watch,
my
the next
gosh.
game's gonna lose in like 5 minutes. It's gonna be a 5-minute game.
0 fusion summoned game 3. Don't need it, baby. They were just holding me back. Skill drain, didn't need it.
That was so intense. What a freaking great match. That was a great best of 3 to watch.
We are here with multiple-time MCS victor, streaming personality, and the witch from Pellerino herself. How is it being Roarkallos?
It's all right sometimes. You know, like when you're in the finals of the MCS, it usually works out in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't.
A position that you are no stranger to. You've played a ton of Master Duel, both in competitive tournaments and on stream. So I did want to kind of pick your mind as a top player. As someone who absolutely loves graveyard strategies like Tear Lament, are you afraid about Kashtira Rise Heart at all?
You know, Kashtira right now was a lot scarier in the TCG than it is in Master Duel. I think that there are a lot of hits to the Kashtira strategy in Master Duel. Prosperity's at 1. There's no terraforming. They're starting off with the field spell at 1. Unicorn is Fenrir is already at 2. So I think the deck is going to have a much more inconsistent time trying to get to a Rise Heart. And for that reason, I would say I'm not afraid of it as I was in the TCG. Also, Shifter's at 2. And I was always more afraid of Shifter than I was of a Rise Heart because I can out Arise Heart. I can't really out Shifter.
Not too much you can do in that position. I have to ask, with the exception of obviously Tearlament and Kashtira, are there any decks you think are underrated, underappreciated, or might be more powerful in Master Duel specifically?
One deck that I feel is very underappreciated right now is Dragon Link. I think a lot of people saw the release of Kashtira and Arise Heart specifically as being like a death knell for Dragon Link. And I think that's just not true in Master Duel specifically. That deck still enjoys Chaos Ruler. And that card is really good. It's a deck that has an incredibly high ceiling. And sure, it has a hard time through Arise Heart, but there are plenty of outs to Arise Heart. And as we just discussed, Kashtira is going to have a much more inconsistent time trying to get to it. So I would say don't sleep on Dragon Link.
That's a good answer. One of the major differences between playing something like Master Duel and playing something like the TCG is the Master Duel is best of one. Mm-hmm. Are there any cards or are you changing your strategy in any way to accommodate for that major difference?
You know, I have a lot of experience, obviously, with the MCS, and there are basically, because it's best of one, and there's a coin toss element. I tend to enjoy cards or playing cards that are what I call turn neutral. So cards that are good going first or second, and not going too heavily on the hard going second cards. I think for that strategy, it's kind of self-explanatory what some of those cards are, right? Like, Maxi Ash Blossom. But as far as tailoring the main deck for a best of one format, it's really just about making sure that you don't lean too heavily on going first, and you don't lean too heavily on going second either.
I'm going to steal that turn neutral. I guess one final question. When are we going to get to see the Exo Sisters again?
Oh my God, everybody wants to know that. You might be seeing them on Sunday. There's a strong possibility of it, but the Exo Sister strategy is one that is very format dependent. And one of the reasons why I originally brought it to Master Duel was because I felt we were in a format where hand traps were very inefficient and board breakers were a lot stronger. This was when Sprite came out in Master Duel. And in my opinion, those are some of the formats where Exo Sister gets to really shine because it can play very strong board breakers. And once I feel like we're in a format like that, especially one without Kaijus and Book of Moons, which are silver bullets against Exo Sisters, then it might be time to let a sleeper deck come back.
Thank you so much for hopping on. Roarkallos, where can people find you if they want to follow your content? And I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Absolutely. Anytime. And I'm happy to be on. Anybody that is interested in following me can most likely find me twitch.tv/Roarkallos. I am primarily a Twitch streamer, but you could also find me on Twitter and YouTube, also at /Roarkallos.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and bye-bye, and good luck to all the competitors.
It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild, a.k.a. MBT, and we are back with the semifinal round of the first week of the MCS. I got to tell you, I am beat. That last best of three took about 5 years off my life. The two individuals who played Ryan Yu and Karibo. Karibo ended up advancing on Branded. Some of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! I have seen of late, but only one of them could move on, and it was our Branded duelist. We're going to give him a bit of a break. He's playing against MathMech this round. If you lose to Update Jammer into access code, you are not welcome at future MCSs. We are instead going to be watching two individuals playing different decks. That is going to be Quantal on Labyrinth, from World Champion runner-up to World Champion, and Sesame on Pearly. This is the first time we've seen Pearly in Top Cut, I think.
Great. Let's tune in and hopefully we'll see the World Champion difference,
Wait a minute.
Actual World Champion difference.
Oh my God, I thought it was Quantal, but it looks like Steve Cox is playing in his place.
From the dead.
Oh my! I thought we'd never
back,
see him
Steve.
again. Oh my goodness! All right, Pearly time. So we're gonna begin Sleepy Memory. We do have the Ash for the mini game. Go into a Perlily, and now let's play. Perlily here targeting the Delicious Memory. Will go into Plumpy. Ooh, a beautiful royal plump. I hope Pack is
Yeah,
watching. That's a boy who likes his royal pearly cards.
Pack says that's light work. Have you? Pack's deck is entire royal rare. He's like, I've seen it before. Not even impressed.
We've
Pot of
got
Prosperity,
Pot
though.
of
Nice
Prosperity
little,
in the
pickup.
opener. Love to see it. And we have Caught Up to Live.
Let's see
It's
what
going
we're
to
gonna
be
pick up off of it.
Little Doggy, Happy, Delicious, Pearly, Fenrir, a little late, Sleepy Memory.
Sleepy.
Ah,
Those are some
man,
banger
I always get
reveals,
greedy in
though. I
these
mean-
scenarios. I just like don't believe Thrust is a real card that exists, and I just grab that Sleepy Memory. I say, I'm gonna draw 15 cards in your draw step.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more like fun in Yu-Gi-Oh than drawing cards. That's probably the most fun mechanic you can do in Yu-Gi-Oh is to draw cards.
Yes. Ugh. All right, we are going
All right,
to
we
try
got
and
the chandelier
prevent it
coming
from getting to 5 here. We know the Sleepy ad. We're assuming there's not another quick play in hand, and if there's not, Epperly Plump is going to be able to attach 2 from the graveyard, but not necessarily get the 5th material necessary to make a Noir on the first turn.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that big welcome.
Pick a big welcome. The Sleepy Memory is gonna go to the bin.
And you know
we got
what?
another
We actually had all 3 Sleepy Memories. I mean, just-
Yeah, all right.
Got something else, Quantal?
Sesame
Nope.
is snoozing, bro.
All right, so this is going to be a 5 material Noir turn 1, followed by drawing 3 additional cards in the standby phase. This, to me, seems pretty over, but could go either way, you know?
All right, we are gonna pick up the last 2 Sleepy Memories. 3 of them under that thing. That's so crazy.
Let me ask you, how greedy are you getting? Are you going Sleepy Delicious right now after going into Noir and grabbing this back row? Oh, if that's Leap,
I'm a lesser.
if that's
Yeep?
Leap,
Is that
there's no
Yeep?
way.
Oh my god! If that's Yeep, that's so insane. Probably I'm a lesser guy. I would definitely soak up that last back row. I would say, Mr. Steve Cox, you spent a lot of cards to put that 1 card face down. Let me slurp it on up there. But
But if it's
that's
Leap,
Yeep,
then the
he's
decision
so
becomes
smashing.
a lot harder.
He's smashing him.
If it's Leap, you could draw 6 cards. We're going for it.
We are just passing. Please be the Yeep. I'm gonna lose it if it is. All right, we're gonna draw.
Please punish this man. Draw a Book of Moon or something.
Go to the standby phase. This is where we'll get the triggers.
Mr. Cox is thinking.
Oh my god! It looks like these are gonna go through.
The first 3 go through.
All right, that's
I'm ready
one.
for the book. Show me the book.
Yahoo! Here comes the 3. All right, make or break. This Yeep's gonna come up, and then we're gonna see either like Book of Moon, something
All right,
crazy.
come on.
Gotta come up here.
What are we working with,
All right.
buddy? What are we working with?
Surely.
All right,
No,
this game
it's
is
passed back?
insanely
No
over.
way.
Sometimes you play greedy and you get
resolved, and then-
rewarded. I don't know what to tell you, baby.
Yeah, Noir hits the field. This is the sleepiest Noir. This might be freaking concussed Noir. This
Can someone check on Noir?
this Noir's in a coma right now, bro.
All right,
Holy
this is a
smokes!
big welcome. Ugh, it's not even glossy. What are we doing here? Come on.
God, we're drawing 6 cards. We actually just are doing that. That is so insane.
All right, we're going to go for the Torby here. Bounce it to hand. We can trigger the Chandra engrave. That's something, I guess. Not exactly sure what the plan is here.
I don't know either.
It's like such a weird position to be too, because like even if you have like Thrust for Herald,
Herald.
shocking in the the game 1 Labyrinth deck, but 2, you know, your opponent drew 6 cards.
Yeah. Does Quantal have Herald in his main deck?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to. You don't want to talk about it. Okay. Keep it under wraps. We'll make it a surprise.
And here we go.
We're
Let's
gonna go
draw some more.
spin the one.
Yeah,
And that's
Quaddle
okay.
says,
Yeah,
I wouldn't play this one out. Let's go next.
I don't know what you do against that one. That one's pretty tough. Sesame opened the absolute insano hand.
Ugh.
Again, put that Noir in a comatose. Drew 6 cards.
Oh,
I don't know how anybody beats that. Crazy.
So chat's actually saying that this is a rematch from Swiss, and that Quantal's only Swiss loss was versus this deck. Now, the good news is I think this gets a lot better for Quantal post board. He's got a lot of stuff, unsurprisingly. He's got a lot of stuff that I think really could turn the tide on this. The bad news is that I think it gets a lot better for for our other duelist post board. This is I am reticent to tell you. I think they came to beat Labyrinth specifically. They were like, I can win the Pearly Mirror. It doesn't matter.
Proper meta call. I mean, hey, you got to make those decisions. Labyrinth was one of the most represented decks at the start of the tournament. I think it was sharing the same amount as Pearly, actually, 14% or something like that. So, pretty good meta call to assume that you'd be seeing a lot of it. And we've seen a lot of Labyrinth and Top Cut in particular.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, if you have a side deck, that's like the deck that the side deck exists for, right? I feel kind of bad because I know a lot of them converted from best of one Swiss, and then they're like, okay, now good luck beating all of this extremely targeted hate in this card game where Red Reboot is at 2 for some reason.
We talked about it before, but the games 2 and 3, when you do implement a side deck, it makes it a completely different game.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you have to be ready for it. And some decks just maybe won't have that edge, right? Like
Yep.
if we saw Makonko, one of the low represented decks, make it to Top Cut, that's obviously going to be a deck that struggles in a best of 3
And
scenario.
thank God we didn't, by the way.
Thank God we didn't. Yes, we did. We saw Black Wings. I think that was as close as we got to a coin flip type
We
deck.
did.
But,
It
it was a tough watch.
how could it have happened? All right, looks like Steve Cox is prepared, just waiting on our other duelist to decide if they want to board 15 cards or 14. It's going to be tough, I will tell you.
Mhm.
I'm
Excited to see
looking
this
at
next game, though. It's gonna be good.
I'm looking at the deck right now. It looks like we actually only have a Royal Plump and a Royal Azalea, which, between you and me is pretty embarrassing. Like, I would expect more. Yeah, not
More
good.
Royals I have in the Pearly deck.
Yeah. Well, bar's pretty low there,
Right,
right? You don't spend
right.
hours
All
a
right, we're ready
day
to get into
crafting and recrafting Pearly cards for the Royals.
No, I think I know somebody that's done that before, though.
Oh, do you? Yeah. I
Yeah,
will say
yeah.
I saw the pack update today. I'm disappointed. There's I think 3 non-royals in the deck, and they're all staples. But like, oh come on. All right. Looks like they're
Come
jumping
on.
in, and we will follow them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game 2. Let's go, Steve Cox. I'm stoked. This is gonna be great. I'm guessing Steve's gonna open up again. We're gonna look at Labyrinth going on the draw.
We've talked about it a lot today, but the WCS mate base. Oh man, it's clean.
Oh,
you know
it's
what else
so
is
good.
clean?
It's
Is
so
this
clean.
right here, baby? Woo!
That Royal Extravagance, nice. Will we be taking 2? We will be. Thank you very much.
All right, we're chilling here.
Looks like some kind of response from Sesame. Maybe like, what are you
Roll?
thinking? What are you thinking? That's what I was thinking too, but
Seems like a weird
Is that
board
really,
for
like-
this deck.
seems like a weird thing to put in against Labyrinth. I wouldn't be too sold on Joel and Lockbird.
Oh no, it's just a visual bug.
Oh, it's just okay. Yeah,
This game. If we can say one thing about this game, it works. If we can see 2 things about
It
this
does.
game, it's because the first thing has been on field for the last 12 minutes. What did we set there? What did we set there?
What do you think that is? All right, let's check.
I'm
Let's
ready.
Start with the White Cat. 2.98 deck representation, by the way. Not all builds are playing
Good
3 cast.
kitty.
Maybe it's not
Oh,
all.
very good kitty.
Great kitty. Very good kitty.
Almost a pretty bad kitty, I'll be honest. All right, we're just going to go for it now. This is kind of interesting. We're telegraphing that we have like a big welcome set, right? And we're going to bounce this card, which might be a hand trap back. We can force that out with beauty by being like, oh, well, why don't you bounce back nothing? So I do like this play, and it also threatens like a really early Zeus. But, oh, God. Or we have opened Happy, and we're threatening the end of the game. All right, happiness time. Where are we going with this?
All right. It's hit the field.
Back to Steve. And it says, yeah, whatever. If you want to go battle, go battle. Pretty memory here.
Pretty memory?
Into a back row. I imagine we'll get something chained here just to prevent the old suckeroni. We will not.
The equip, yep. No, just going to let
Something's
it happen.
going
All
on
right.
here.
Slurp it up.
Something's going on here for sure. Maybe like a skill drain or
Imagine,
something.
if I know anything about Steve Cox, he's got a game plan.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Bounced
Sent
a
back
lot.
the field
Okay.
spell there.
Missing a little bit of extra value off of Welcome Labyrinth now. We are going to pitch to summon. Let's get the Black Cat rolling.
Have not seen Perlily yet. Win rate on this card, 55%. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Ash
All right.
Blossom in hand.
Loss. Pretty good.
Kind of
Probably
a rough
the best
one there.
opportunity to be able to use it there, though. Is there any? There's no Pearly quick plays in the graveyard right now, right? Nothing that this Black Cat can pick up.
No, it's just the
Nope.
Pearly.
All right, just chilling there.
Well.
Had it anyways. Had it anyways.
Yeah, that's a
Mi
kind of a
amigo.
weird Ash Blossom for that reason, right?
Yeah.
Like, I guess in a scenario where you're afraid of like exactly per leap or like the field spell, you have the tools to deal with everything else. It does kind of make sense, but it's still, it seems like a low impact Ash.
Thinking if he like, okay, you let him get the. I'd assume since we already had my friend, we'd pick up the field spell off the Black Cat.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I'm gonna pick up the delicious memory.
Yummy one. This one you probably have to interrupt, right?
You have to, I think.
Nope.
Yeah.
Letting it go.
You got. Doesn't ban.
Yep. And then we get to bounce one of the back row non-targeting. What's going on here? Like, what are these back
Are we just
row?
hoping? Yeah, we just hoping that he misses one of the good ones, and maybe like. Are they all like?
Is it just
complete bluffs?
garbage?
Are
Did
they
we
all
brick?
literally
Is it
nothing?
like 3 extrav and we're just looking at each other?
I'm still curious what this face down monster is. I have not figured that out since the beginning of this game yet. I'm not sure what this is.
I guess we start taking the other back row, right? Yeah.
We'll take that other back row. We're gonna be able to. See
Okay,
what that
there's
is, right?
welcome.
Oh, it's the welcome. Okay, okay. Into a maxi. It is
Beautiful,
what it
beautiful.
is. Fair game.
Penguin Soldier. What do you think this is? Progression? Come on now. That's why Ash the Black Cat is. He's like, oh, I can't target it with Penguin Soldier. La Cucaracha here
This is
just
gonna result.
terrible. Refills the hand. We're about to add 19 spells to our grip. God, what are we grabbing even? Well, the good news for Mr. Cox is no reboot, so we can at least play with that in mind. Grabbing Chandra here. Did we find another quick play? Because that would wrap this up.
No. Looks like we're doing something with it. Maybe
Just
Big
Nat
Zeus?
going for Noir.
No, okay, Noir. All right. Win rate
A
55%.
6 material. That's a little strange. Going combat.
just get
I'm just trying
punching.
to go for an enormous Zeus. All
Okay,
right,
we are gonna figure
let's
out
see
what
what this
this
set
other
card
face
is.
down was.
I
Let's see
I
what
am.
this was. Let's do.
It was
It's
Stovey
a
Torby.
Stovey Torby. Okay. Okay.
I wonder why we didn't send the happiness man in. All right, we're gonna do the old suckeroni. Sending the
Feather duster. Yeah.
yeah, no respect whatsoever. We must have just drawn that off of the maxi.
Yeah.
Called by
Called
the
by
last.
the grave. All right.
That's pretty weak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to do too much here. Are still going to be able to pick it up.
Yeah.
Up to a 7 material Noir here.
Now we get a free one.
So we can have, one free spin and it'll still be a towers afterwards.
It says Quantalon Lab. Oh, that's a visual bug. So what are we hoping for if we're Quantal here?
I don't know. I can't really tell the state of his hand after that was his turn 1. Like,
It's a scenario where like a thrust for a Herald could go really far, except we're never going to get to that position because we have nothing that will prompt the Noir until end phase, right?
yeah, I don't think you really... I don't think there's anything at all that is going to force me to activate this Noir here. See if Steve can navigate his way through it.
The only scenario in which I think not going happy makes sense is if you think the set card contests the happiness.
I don't think there's ever...
But if that's
I
ever
don't
the
think you
case,
ever
whenever
make
it
that
goes over
assumption, though.
5, they'd be forced to proc it anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting. So we get, theoretically, 3 spins here for 4 cards, which sounds really bad, obviously. But if there's any deck that can kind of squeeze value out of each of their cards, it's going to be Labyrinth. We're just going to set a couple.
I'm going to put him down here.
Yeah. Back to Lab.
Okay.
The problem is
So
knowing
now we've
that
got
one
like
is-
3 super live spins, though. You can just keep them with the field spell, and I'll take care of all the back row.
Yeah, the
right?
problem is we knew the
Like, if this is
Lab
another
from
one.
bouncing it with the happiness, so we never have to
Yeah.
commit beyond exactly what's necessary here. Yeah,
gonna
so
go
at
end
end step
phase,
we
all
just
right.
get to eat 2 of these unaffected
off,
the
yeah.
entire time. And then we know Chandra in grip. Oh, come on. At least do them in separate chains. Yeah, that seems pretty much over.
Unfortunately, yeah, I think we're going to be picking up the cards after that. We do know the last card, Chandra in hand? Yeah,
Yeah.
like...
It was, I think, the search off of Ariana.
That's true. Yeah, that is the one. Yep. All right, so we'll see if Sesame can get into an OTK here. That's all. That's all
Shouldn't
you
be
got to
too
do. You just
difficult
got to
with
put
the
damage on
live
board.
Mi Amigo.
Yeah, just got to put a couple dudes on board. A couple cats. I think we need to start calling people cool cats again.
Oh, yeah?
He's a cool cat. Yeah, that guy's a
Trenchant
pretty cool
insight.
cat.
Yeah, this is, if not lethal already, I mean, puts him in an unwinnable
I mean,
position
the
almost
game feels
immediately.
beyond over. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like you said, it puts him in a completely a situation where you can't really come back from it either.
Yeah. Here summoning,
Pitch the
I guess
maxi
we go
out
get
there,
Lily
yeah.
here. Lily was called by 2 turns ago. Yeah, so it's back
Turns ago,
online.
yep.
You can go get the field spell. Field spell draws us into gas constantly as well. We get to go Plumpy for a big boy. We can even Plumpy to take the welcome lap if we want to be a little evil.
Picking up the field spell to further insulate the game. We'll be getting another material underneath our dudes at the end phase. Just make
Pearly
that
was
Noir
severely
even
underrated
fatter.
when it had 3 Delicious in the TCG. That's so it existed in a completely different context, and I think it was much weaker. But you are right. I think it took people a little while to figure out like how to play this deck because it plays kind of weird, and it just took too long. You know, it took like a month to figure out, and then they banned a bunch of cards in it.
Pump an attack position.
Hard to say what would have happened if it came out at a different period. Here we're just gonna grab a couple of guys.
Plump it up. Plump it up.
Happy, happy, happy. Do we have? We do have a pretty memory.
Yeah. Not seeing a line for game here exactly, but you know, put enough
I mean-
damage and enough advantage on board. It's good. It's almost just
It's
lights out
functionally
anyways.
over, yeah. We can make like a 2-mat Zeus if we want. I think that's probably what we're doing. Ooh.
Yep.
2.5 mat, that is. Wow. No, it's 3. I can't count.
Yeah, that thing is just gonna be wiping.
In phase, we get to trigger the effect of Straight Pearly Street. Go grab a Sleepy. We draw a card on our opponent's turn. We put ourselves dead to Thrust. No, we don't.
No, we don't. Not even close. All right, the draw. All right, we know we have Chandelier and then whatever Steve drew into here.
Yeah.
Pick up another card off of Noir here. Gimme, gimme. There's
Yep.
a concession. Oh man, rough 0-2 from Steve Cox there.
Sorry, Steve.
Back from the dead, only to get banished to the Shadow Realm again.
That's a
Sorry,
rough one for
Steve.
sure. I know that Steve is
tough.
really
That was
close
tough.
with Quantal though, so if you need any tips, I'm sure Quantal can help you out. I am here with, I mean, one of the most storied duelists of our generation, the one, the only Mount Fuji, and oh my goodness, you're a real person.
Ta-da! That's right. What's good, Joseph? What's good, Broseph? What's good, everybody at the MCS? It's your boy, Mount Fuji. You know what it is. Or maybe you don't. Actually, you probably didn't. Although a lot of people said they already did. But this is me. Hi, in the words of Dream.
Wow, that's incredible. We have truly learned what the point of the mask is today, and I'm so happy to have you playing in this event as an individual that is not only an incredible paper player, but the Quarantine Series Player of the Year 2020.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I not even 2020 at this point. I think I ended the Chalice Line Monthly's career, not to be confused with Chainsaw Man.
That is true.
But the CSM definitely squashed that 4 times over.
Yeah. Well, I guess I would have to ask you in that case. It's a completely different format, a completely different experience. What do you like playing in Master Duel?
You know, Master Duel is really cool because on one hand, Maxi is legal, and that's not the cool part, in my opinion. But on the other hand, because of that, a lot of cards are left legal. Master Duel is the only format with Tearlament's Kit Callus legal, for example. It's the only format with Galaxy Tomahawk, the rank 7 XYZ legal. So there are a lot of strategies in Master Duel that you can't do anywhere else. So I actually think there are a lot of decks that get additional time to shine as opposed to in the TCG and the OCG where they're just gone.
Yeah, there's a ton of differences between the two formats, but of course, outside of the obvious Earth Insect, one of the biggest is that it is a best of one format. How have you kind of changed your play or adapted to dealing with the best of one experience?
Yeah, my cards better be good going first and second, because if it's not, then that's a huge problem. you know, a lot of the TCG in some cases, which is a format that doesn't have Maxi, you can build your deck in a way where if you do get to go first, which I mean, you know, the jury's out on theoretically how many times you get to go first in a tournament, but if you go first half the time, you just squash your opponent instantly. You do this crazy combo. You can't really do that in Master Duel because you cannot guarantee going first at all in a set because the set's best of one. So it's really, really important to build your deck with a good amount of going second cards as well as going first cards and kind of figuring out not only like the middle ground, but also like what cards are good going first and second, and those are way more highly valuable, even if a little bit less powerful than the cards that are strictly good going first or strictly good going second. So it's kind of a balancing act.
On the topic of individual cards, I'm glad I get a chance to kind of pick a really good player's brain about this. The decks to be going into this format are Pearly and Kashtira. Are there any decks or cards or strategies you think are a little underrated, flying a little below the purview of the meta, but are actually very powerful?
Sure, and you know, Joseph, I want to do you one a little bit better. I want to tell you not only what I think is very underrated, but also some decks I think are super overrated. And so, depending on when you play this interview, I could either look insane in a good way or really stupid. To start, I think to answer your question, I think Tearlament is a really, really underrated strategy. I think a lot of people think that deck is stone dead in Master Duel. In the TCG, they think it's a lot better, even though the tech is like I think way worse in the TCG than it is on Master Duel because even though you don't have the Millers, which you know Kelbeck and Aikido, which are really strong, you have Kitkallos. And even though Murley is banned, they recently introduced Tearlament's Kashtira, which a lot of people don't know because they didn't really play with Tearlament's Kashtira while Kitkallos is legal. But the big complaint with Tier Cash is that I can't fuse into anything. You can actually use that to fuse into Kitkallos. That's like already crazy. But also, they banned Murley, but released Tier Cache. And Tier Cache, even though it can't be, you know, it's not, it doesn't have like that fusion effect that Murley does. It has that same clause where when you search it off of Kitkallos, you can do the, as Joseph would say, the yoinky sploinky and mill 8 cards, or 11 if you have Scream. And I think that is, I think when Tearlament gets to do that, it's really impressive, but up until this most recent set, it has not been able to do that because it doesn't have Murley, it doesn't have Tier Cache. So that's one deck I think is really, really underrated. I think another underrated choice, honestly, are like the Sprite variants. Even though Sprite lost Nimble Angler, or excuse me, well, Nimble Angler by proxy, but Nimble Beaver went to 1, and so you're not going to be playing. I mean, there's some other Nimble monsters you could probably play, but those cards are probably not worth playing. But that deck recently got the whole set of like Gishki support. Still has Elf, which is what made the Gishki support relevant. And then also it has, it recently, and they kind of snuck this in there, in the Legacy pack, the Mosquito, the Ninja Mosquito, the rank 2 that would just kill your opponent randomly, that card is now legal. So I think that deck can actually, I think it has a lot of game. I think there's a lot of potential for whoever really kind of wants to sit there and spend time on it. In terms of overrated, I'll tell you right now, I think Kashtira in Master Duel, if the TCG wasn't any indicator of how inconsistent that deck was, I think with 1 Prosperity and 1 Field Spell, it's awful. It's just not, it's barely playable, if that. And then, of course, I mean, honestly, Floowandereeze is probably the worst deck of all time. I think it's actually pretty good in the TCG, but oh my gosh, you have like no cards. Like even M-Pen is at 1 in Master Duel. It is pitiful. It's embarrassing. It's depressing. I think that deck is also just irrelevantly bad. It's just not worth playing.
I'm so glad you said that about Kashtira. I look very forward to seeing if you are correct or not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could just look crazy. Get that said, I do know some people who've gotten to Master 1 and they're like, yeah, the Cash deck is like pretty good actually. And Galaxy Tomahawk, which is an axis that Kashtira can maybe take advantage of, is legal. But despite that, yeah, I don't think the deck is very good.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. I have one additional question. I think probably the most pressing question for the interview, which is, of course, why did you throw away your incredible rap career?
You know, honestly, I said the mixtape was coming. I swore to people back in 2014, did it again in 2015, was on top of my game in 2016, and even up until 2020, I was working on this, right? But there's only so much. There's only so much that the left, the tolerant left, can tolerate. And the phrase, the moniker, the nickname, based lolly was not something the tolerant left could tolerate any longer. I had to leave behind. Couldn't risk it.
Wow. You are truly a man suffering for his art. I hope you are not suffering in this tournament. Very happy to have you playing. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Of course. Joseph, thank you for hosting, and thank you for having me on.
Folks, we are back for the final time today. The final round of the inaugural Master Circuit Series tournament. I am joined once more by the one, the only, the incomparable Nim Nim. How are you doing today?
Still, however many rounds later that we've done, 12 we're about to hit.
Yes, we have done
man.
8 rounds of Swiss, 12 rounds total.
Yes, it's been great. Awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! To watch all day today, and I am super stoked for our final match of the day, too. 2 great players that we've gotten to see multiple times throughout the entire tournament today. Just very skillful players. I'm stoked to hop in, man.
Me too.
Give a little background about what people should be expecting here for the finals?
Yeah, so these 2 individuals are currently just prepping. They've had a really, really long day. We've got Sesame versus Karibo for this. Sesame just walked through the one, the only Steve Cox with an unbelievable Pearly game. Pearly, kind of the most powerful expected deck at this event. And they've been playing against everything under the sun, from Mathmech to Labyrinth to Kashtira. But they haven't played much against what Karibo's playing. A branded brew. A 60-card grass-branded brew that has looked legitimately unbeatable every single time they've been on camera. They won versus Ryan Yu. They just cleaned up their semifinal match. And honestly, I have never caught myself saying this game is over and then being completely wrong more than when I watch this player play. I'm super excited to be able to cast them again.
I have to agree. If there's any indication of how the other matches went, this should be an absolute banger of a finals here. I cannot wait to hop in. I think both these players are going to put on a great show for us. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of it.
Let's see what comes out of it. Here we are, finals of the event. Sesame on Pearly versus Karibo on Branded. And they have the matching field. Oh, that's beautiful.
Man. Look at that. That looks good.
And our branded player has won the die roll,
Branded?
beginning with the branded and high spirits, revealing Fallen of Albaz and sending, oh, just anything from the extra deck to the graveyard.
Put the Titaniclad there. No problem.
Oh, man. We have seen just how tight the extra deck looks for this deck, but we've seen Karibo really wield it to a degree that I had no idea was even possible. You know, a lot of the time Branded gets reduced down to, oh, you have to resolve Branded Fusion or die. I think not only have we seen games that he's won without resolving Branded Fusion, we've seen games that he's won without fusing. It's really shocking.
The last game we ended up seeing him playing, he had a dimensional barrier flipped up on him. What a lot of people would think is that just extend the handshake, GG, but ended up playing through it and actually just ended up ripping apart his opponent.
Not just dimensional barrier, skill drain as well.
Too, that is right, too, the skill drain. Yeah, just insane play all around from Karibo altogether. If you get the chance to go back and watch the VOD or some of the other previous matches that we've featured with him, they truly are a treat to watch.
All right, we're trying to resolve Springand's kit here, and this, of course, a very high-value resolution. Are going to go for the Branded Fusion here. You've got a lot of options. We've seen that Karibo's on an unbelievable amount of cards, from Branded Retribution to Branded in White to Branded Sword, which we had to kind of pick up and read.
We'll see if this Branded Fusion comes down here in a minute.
Yep. All right. Show me the Ash Blossom.
Any ashes?
Hey, you know we got it.
Of course.
You know we got it,
Comes
baby.
packaged with the hand. Yep.
And do we have the called by? Do we have the cross out? No, we don't.
Doesn't look like it. This is going to resolve.
All right, let's see if we've got extension or if this is one of those hands. It is not.
Ooh,
the Deer Servant coming down next. It's always shocking to see this in a deck that actually aims to go to the extra.
Yeah, kind of the Ash Blossom helping him out there, keeping this card live. So we're still able to have a little bit of follow-up.
We're going to send that Albion to the graveyard. That means at the end of the turn, we'll be able to use its effect and grab ourselves something like a Branded in Red. We're going to grab a Fallen of Albaz here. This is Karibo's comfort zone. You know, a lot of games have started like this. One monster, one back row, and ended with a Karibo victory.
All right, we're passing it back, though. This is the end of the turn. Gonna pick up off a Titaniclad real quick. And someone like Ecclesia, maybe, or you can pick up another card for later.
Yeah, we have seen that this deck
pick up
is specifically on a really expansive Dogmatica package. You saw the Nadir Servant, the Ecclesia. Of course, we've got the Fleur-de-Lis as well, which I imagine we'll be searching right here.
Not looking like the most threatening board against Pearly, though. I'm Sesame. I'm feeling pretty good drawing the 5 against a board that looks like this.
Yeah. And then still have to resolve the Albion. We've got one Fallen of Albaz in the grave and one in hand. Good that we were able to kind of modulate the locations of those ones. And we'll grab the Branded in Red, unsurprisingly. All right, Pearly time.
Right, Sesame draws up to 5. Let's see what they're going to start their turn with.
Holding and draw real quick. Just always a decision as to whether you want to spend your draw phase using your quick play spells in order to play around draw, or you want to see if you can like wield them a little better by preventing like targeting by getting to street first.
Okay, that's a pretty good start.
It's all right.
The Amigo on the field.
I wonder if
We'll see if it can resolve
here. You know, you have the opportunity to potentially go into a Guardian Chimera, but electing not to says, you know, you could have another one. You can get another one with a Lily, you know, probably not worth an activation. And it's just one card. Delicious.
Surely
Delicious.
one card
Delicious.
can't ruin this, right? Guaranteed pick up the Delicious.
Thinking about how we want to engage with the rest of this hand. You know, you really don't know what the Branded player has in their grip. I think there have been a couple of opportunities for them to respond. And obviously that could be the Branded in Red, but you saw them in like draw phase. And I think Branded in Red, if I recall correctly, is main only. Whoa!
Book of Eclipse. This will turn off Fleur-de-Lis.
That's true. That is true.
I'm guessing that Fleur-de-Lis was looking a little tough to beat, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure Sesame's got a plan here. We're going to go Sleepy Memory
wow.
into the Maxi.
That's a pretty good plan. Do we have it?
Not maybe? Yeah, there's something.
Yeah. Theoretically, we could chain another quick play, right?
Yeah, just to beat one of the Maxi draws. Or beat the Maxi draw altogether. Just don't summon off the other one. Taking quite a while. Do you think it was right to maybe hold the Book of Eclipse until after checking
Depends
for
on what you
Maxi
want to
or
do
something
with
to
it.
see if you could actually commit?
Yeah, we're gonna commit to.
We are chaining another one
here. That's unsurprising, but does put you in a really weird position because now you're gonna go get some monsters. Probably just the one. Your opponent still has the Branded in Red, which is still very live. And chat's correct. It's any phase. The reason I thought it was main phase is because frequently the quick play fusion spells have a main phase stipulation, so you can't activate them in combat. But they get around that on Branded in Red by preventing you from attacking directly with the monster, I think.
What other quick play fusions have the only during the main phase option? Are you sure? I feel like you're just saying that.
Yeah. Prank Kids Pandemonium.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
Cartesia is like that. Yeah. Chimera
Cartesia's main
Fusion.
phase? All right, I'm wrong. You're right. I'm sorry.
El Shadal Fusion.
You're right. We're gonna brand it in red. Get off a nice little fuse here.
Ooh, we're going for a 2 here, not a Chimera. Instead, we're going to go for a Lubellion. We're going to set up a Mirror Jade line. All right, let's go ahead and pitch that other Albaz in hand.
What's the current Pearly cards in the graveyard? We have a Pretty Memory in there, and...
Pretty Sleepy.
Sleepy.
And there he is. Man, it's crazy just how long this card has been relevant. When did it come out? 2021? It's been meta the entire time.
We're going to take quick work of this Lily here.
Yep. And, you know, the Mirror Jade obviously is incredible in terms of its removal capacity. Mirror Jade sending Rind Broom, oh, it's something else. It's really something else. And, of course, we do also have the Fallen of Albaz in Graveyard, so while this Fleur-de-Lis may not be able to, like, negate a card on the field, it sure can be discarded.
Okay, we have another summon. Again, we're still under max C, so you can't feel fantastic if you're Sesame. You got to pitch the Yeet from hand, too.
Yikes.
Falling behind on cards, and I don't know, maybe you can make something if you hit off this.
Gotta hit, yeah. Good kitty? Kind of mid kitty,
kitty.
I'm gonna
that
be
doesn't
honest.
do it. That doesn't do it.
Kitty, you get half rations tonight.
Unfortunately, I think this puts our Pearly player out of the game for this game here.
Yeah, I imagine
pass
we'll
it
see
back,
a
and
scoop
then I put
momentarily.
1 or 2 dudes on the field. The game's over.
Rind Broom time, summoning back the Fallen of Albaz. We can activate the effect of the Fallen of Albaz. Go ahead and perform a fusion summon. This is a light monster, correct? Pitching the Fleur-de-Lis now that we do not need it. And what do you know? We haven't actually activated the effect of Albion this turn. And this branded player has just got to be thinking to themselves, nice Ash. I'll see you in game 2. 2 dragons from the grave. It's the card that we saw, and our jaws hung open. Borreload Furious Dragon, and that is going to be the scoop.
We'll see the quick concession. Bring it on to game 2. The players will dig into their side decks, hopefully finding answers for each other. From what you told me, both of these players are pretty well equipped to deal with the matchups, right? Except, actually, you mentioned that there's not really that much to deal with branded.
Yeah. So, the thing is that Branded is one of those decks against which a significant amount of cards that people are playing for other decks have a lot of crossover. You know, Dimensional Barrier, for instance, still has a lot of utility versus Branded, despite the fact that it's in there mostly for Pearly. But it has a lot less utility than, like, you would like, right? Like, you can stop them from fusion summoning. You can't stop them from getting to Branded in red and just doing it on your turn. So the options against Branded are good, don't get me wrong, and they can often be game-winning, but they're not as complete shutouts as you would expect, especially against a Branded deck that is this flexible. Just looking at the side deck of our Pearly pilot, there's not actually too much that I would feel comfortable boarding into. And some of the stuff that we could board into is powerful against some hands, but not against others, which is fine to board into if you're playing Pearly because you can just pitch it to the quick play spells if they don't come up. But still kind of a liability. The Branded pilot is ready for Pearly. I imagine they came saying, all right, we will just be playing against Pearly most of our rounds. It's the deck that's most telegraphed. We might as well bring stuff in to beat it. And they've got stuff for it. I don't know.
They've got it. But the problem is we have to bring up that Karibo is playing a 60-card deck.
Yeah.
Branded Thrust can filter through any of those and get the cards you absolutely need. But that is tougher to draw those side deck cards when you put them in, you know? I'm assuming Herald of the Abyss is in there. Would love to see that, but you got to see either Thrust or you got to see the Abyss, and you got to see it in 60.
I got to say,
run it.
This Branded deck, I think more than anything else, has been the argument that Thrust is just a fundamentally unbelievable card. Like in the TCG, it's been good, certainly, a very strong card, but I've never played a deck where I'm like, oh, this is the card that needs to be banned from here. And this is the first time I've seen a deck and been like, oh no, Thrust is the problem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it would be even more impressive if we had, like, Prosperity at 3, too, right? So you're always seeing your thrusts. You're always seeing your outs. So, but yeah, I'm curious to see how they do in game 2 here. About to hop back into it.
Yep, they have just completed
think,
sideboarding, just flipping the coin. Again, a formality. They've already decided who's going first and second. And I imagine we will be seeing the Pearly player on the play.
I'd have to guess so, too. All right, ladies and
Koribo,
gentlemen, we're going to
a
get into game
single
2
game
of the
away.
final.
This could happen.
We could
All we need is...
Yes, potentially this game, we could crown a winner of the MCS, the inaugural MCS Season 2 here. All right. Yep. Sesame is on the draw here. Not on the draw, but on the play. We'll see what they can do. But Karibo does have some responses. Something's popping up in the hand there.
Yeah, Karibo holding in standby. You would imagine it's a maxi, but it looks like they're not going to fire it. I wonder what else it could conceivably be. Maybe like a... You would never play like a shifter.
No.
Droll!
A Droll in Lockford. Okay, all right.
Ooh,
That's huge. That's a blowout against Pearly.
That's a nice card. That's a pretty powerful card.
Kind of sucks that the first thing we picked up was a Fenrir too, right? Doesn't really put our strategy into play.
Yeah.
As the Pearly player.
maybe should
Yeah,
have
it
waited.
doesn't do it
Oh,
at
no.
all. We're gonna just
Oh,
set.
no.
We're gonna say Fenrir carries surely.
Oh, so you've got to imagine that set card is either something ridiculous like a dimensional barrier that's meant to blow you out, or a quick play spell which is designed to ensure you don't absolutely die here. Like a Sleepy Memory, for instance, blocks 2 attacks. But let's see what we're working with. Did we find Branded Fusion in 60 again? I mean, we say it's one of 60, but really, you know, there's a significant number of cards that are secretly just Branded Fusion.
Ends up being a couple copies in there that you could find. So Rebo's just going to take a moment.
Speaking of,
Keeper, that gets it. That's one of them.
All right, let's discard a card to add a Fusion normal spell from your deck to your hand. It was Maxi. We held the Maxi.
Wow.
Under the assumption that the Droll would be more important. And of course, the Droll's negative synergy with Maxi means that we always commit to it over the Maxi. That's nice.
Yep.
Who needs it?
If you Droll, you both don't draw anymore. So
Also
if you wanna
grabbed
get any more
Fusion
cards off-
deployment. How interesting.
Speaking of Maxi, you know.
Oh, this is kind of
It's only
devastating,
fair.
right? We might be agonizing over a called by here. Like, you can call by the Maxi to continue to pop off, but if they then have an Ash for your Branded Fusion, you feel like a moron.
Yeah, but I think you always have to stop this Maxi. I think you have to assume like your opponent's not ending on anything too crazy.
We are going to go for it. Yep.
Hand is another Fenrir. Yeah. Okay.
Says no.
Like you said, I really think
intend
you just have
kill
to read
here.
that back row as nothing good. Like that back row has got to be nothing good. Maybe like you said, like a Sleepy to block some attacks, but. All right. So this fusion deployment is going to resolve. Was going to anyways, but Sesame will not be getting a card off of it.
That's an interesting one. Are we activating the effect? Huh?
Hello?
Alba Lenidus? Yo!
Oh my god! Yo!
Well, this does out the Fenrir.
Crazy.
And now the Branded Fusion, please. We
Oh,
do have
with
the Ash.
the
Blossom.
Ash, too.
And now we
Wow,
feel like an
everything.
absolute doo-doo head.
Yeah, now we feel like a bozo. here.
Actually, we don't feel like a doo-doo head at all. The last card at hand,
like
Tri-Brigade
we're all just
Mercourier.
No way! And that's the one of in the deck too.
Of
Oh my
course it's
God.
the one of. Don't even ask.
That's insane. In 60,
Just
yeah.
be better.
I don't even know
Just
why I'm
be
asking.
better. Legitimately, just be better.
That is so crazy. Wow. Sesame even opened up solid. Like actually, just a really all-around good hand.
Yeah, it was fine. All we need is like
couldn't
one or
play
two
through
quick
Droll,
plays, and this
but-
hand's on.
Yeah.
Opened Fenrir, Ash, Maxi, I imagine a quick play, and they're about to lose. Like, oh no,
Right,
sent the
we're gonna skip
Lubellion.
Fuse.
Here's Albion.
And the Albion. There's the Fenrir. We'll take care of one of the dudes on the board here.
One down. But there's really nothing you can do here. Going for Albion just means that, like, we could theoretically use the Alba Lenidus. There's no good way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually kind of
This
hard.
does a whole lot.
Yeah, going for Albaz Mercourier, because You don't actually want to make Mirror Jade here. If all you're ending on is Mirror Jade, that is a board that, like, any number of Pearly Quick Plays beats. So instead, you do have to extend. Yeah, here going for a Cartesia. Go for the Lubellion here by tributing the Albalenitis. You can trigger the Lubellion, go and grab probably a Magnemut. You know what's crazy, by the way, is that the Bestial Lubellion can be in attack position.
He got branded lost.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, okay, interesting choice. I like it. We'll get the Cartesia out. We'll use it to fuse.
Do we have... We do have targets for this, yeah. Cartesia time. What do we make here? Garginual, yeah.
Gabagool. Gabagool.
You know, I don't think we've gotten to see Gabagool resolve yet.
No,
Like
I don't
it's
think
on
so
summon.
either.
Of course, Branded Lost will
All right, we'll
guarantee
pick up
it.
another Fallen Albaz or something similar. Deck to hand because of our Branded Lost.
There's an
We go an
Albion.
Albion.
That's a
All
good
right, no,
one.
no, that's okay. That's a good one.
Garginual send, yeah, Saronir effect.
Saronir trigger. All right, things are getting spicy here.
Oh, white. Oh my god, we're going white. This allows us to go Albion. We can send what? Can he send Retribution? He can.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go for that.
Yep.
Draw a card. We'll activate Retribution. Bring the white to
Is that
me.
just the end of the game?
We might be dead. And if he wins here, this is incredible. I believe this individual has gone undefeated the entire event.
Wow, that is so impressive.
The only person who's
entire
looked
event?
remotely competitive, like a speed bump on this ascent to the finals, was Ryan Yu.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And that Karibo put on an absolute clinic with the 60-card branded pal here. Showing it how it's done. All right, we're going to banish 2.
And that's a Lubellion. Guess what? We've got a card in our hand this time. We can put back the Albalenitis and the Fallen of Albaz that's banished for Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade banished the Fenrir, and is that lethal? 25, 25, 3? Oh my god.
Mirror Jade attack?
This is... Wow.
Yeah, that's game. Oh my god, that is game.
Go
Unless
to
that
battle
back
phase.
row is what could that back row be? Just a quick
Oh,
play?
Mirror Force would go crazy here.
Okay, relax. It's not Mirror Force, but
Okay, so we do get to do something here. If the set card is Sleepy Memory, I mean, any quick play spell, we live.
yes. But I mean, how do you feel in that situation?
Yeah, you know, we are going to resolve Albion at end step. We have live Rinbroom Garginual. Like, things aren't looking great.
Oh, does that Mirror Jade actually chase out the back row there?
Mirror
Wait.
Jade can't banish back row, I think. Here we're just using it to banish the, the
Get
Rinbroom
something out of the
effect
extra deck.
to bounce the Fenrir.
Oh, okay, that was cute. I did okay. All right, we're going for it. 25 in.
Yeah, that allows us to activate it on our
25
opponent's turn.
in.
All right, this is it.
This is exact lethal if that's not a quick play spell card in the back row.
And unsurprisingly,
It is.
Okay. So, pitching
the other
one of
Fenrir
two
that we ended up
Fenrirs
picking up.
here. And it's
All
Pearly.
right.
Whoa, don't put that guy in attack!
In attack position? Why are we doing an attack position?
Do we have to? No.
No, you absolutely do not have to.
Okay, well, thankfully they've gained 1,000, so they're not going to die off the Mia.
Yeah, so okay. It's going to activate Dark Honest, I can tell. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, we're put down to 1,100 then.
All right. So we've got the Cartesia in hand. We've got the Garginual, the Rinbroom effect. And hilariously, Mirror Jade is still online here because its effect was negated. We'll grab the fusion deployment off the Albalenitis. I imagine the branded in red off of the Albion. Oh no, we have another retribution. Did we put that back?
Yep. Yeah,
no,
we
we're
did. We said
flat
that, I think, a while
playing
ago.
too. All right.
Okay. All right. Let's see it. Pass it to the Pearly opponent. Sesame, what do you got?
I mean, there's stuff that could theoretically do it. Pearly's a very competent deck.
Mi amigo, we got to pay 500 more life?
Oh,
I don't know,
man.
taking 2,900 doesn't feel that great now, right? Like,
Yeah. You know,
You're gonna pay down to
Masquerade would be
6?
crazy here. Chat saying he doesn't play Masquerena. You would be correct. I think that was a pretty easy cut. Yummy.
all right. Fenrir. It's the one that got put back to hand. We did lose the other target of Fenrir, though. That guy's in the graveyard, so.
I wonder if we're playing 3. Oh, right.
Yeah, I wonder.
All right, we
I
can get
don't know if that
something
cuts
here.
it, bro. I don't know if Battle Phase
Start
is
step,
gonna do
we
it.
might chase out the Mirror Jade. Yeah. Sprint. I can sprint. All right, let's
Summon
get it
Black
going.
Cat.
Cat kind of weak here that we've already activated Mi Amigo. We get the field spell.
Yeah. That's an okay trade-off, I think.
Yeah.
Both in
The
rotation.
rough part
but,
of this
I mean,
is the
we're at 6
retribution
life.
trades for one of the quick plays, and then they have to have another quick play, pitch the field spell, and then hit off of it, and somehow that's got to play through Rinbroom and Garginual. It seems pretty unlikely.
I don't know, man. And retribution in the back row, too.
Yeah. Well, the retribution will chase out one for sure. Grabbing Yeep
Yeah.
here. All right, we are going for the effect of Perlily. There is no shot in hell this is going to resolve.
No, 0% chance. All right, there's retribution. Take care of that.
Now, I think we do have, we have the material engraved. We can shuffle back the Albulenitis and the Albion. Wow, that's that's something. Down he goes. How many quick plays are in that grip? At least one.
one.
We did know the
did
Pearly
see that
Delicious
one.
memory. Oh, did you see that, by the way? It said average number in deck 3. I've never seen that
Oh, wait, for Happy Memory?
for Delicious.
Oh,
Even
I didn't see
Pearly
that. I
says
didn't even see that.
298.
298, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Now we're going to grab Street. Good kitty, good kitty. But getting anywhere with the Street is going to
Well, we have
require
something
an
that
amount of
turns into
investment we
something.
really
Other than
can't
the Sleepy,
pay.
what's the other one?
Pretty
Okay.
is the unknown.
I don't
Beauty
cut it.
here. That's a quick effect now. Followed up with Sleepy. We don't have a way to interrupt, so we do get to do this CL2. Trying for the negate is kind of nothing here, right?
Yeah, it does a whole bunch of nothing. It's not enough to actually handle everything.
Yeah. This would be a pretty good position to be in if we had, like, life points and the battle phase.
Even if we had life points, I still don't know why we put that Perlily in attack position to just get eaten up by Mirror Jade. Big 29 to the face. Like, that's put us in, like, an infinitely worse position here.
We'll go Rindbroom
Just gonna bounce.
here.
Yeah, put it away, and then I
They're
think
going to
that
negate
puts
the
the match away, too.
Rindbroom. We can use Garginual to, No, I'm reading this card wrong. So we've now traded for everything, but we can't attack and then make Zeus.
Hack
We have to
into
just
anything.
chill on this. We don't have enough to get to Noir. And that'll be a
That's the
scoop.
concession.
Karibo
Wow,
is
holy smokes.
your first MCS champion of the second season. And I got to be honest, boy, am I happy about that. What a fantastic duelist and a wonderful list.
Oh, yeah. It was a pleasure to watch Karibo. All the games that we ended up featuring them for were insane to watch. Like, just crazy comebacks, great back and forth. Really an expert duelist, and it showed by winning this tournament today. Man, great show.
I'm so excited that we got to show that off. And I'm so happy that Kashtira mod check. What happened?
Where are they
I
at,
thought
right?
it was a tier 0 format.
Yeah,
Oh.
everybody was saying that, right? We saw a nice, like, not dominant, 17% was the largest of the pie we saw originally, but moving into top cut, where'd they all go? What happened? I don't know. Maybe it's not all that.
Oh, and we had some
Hurley, on the other hand.
truly heavy hitters on decks like Pearly. I'm so glad we got to see some high-level Pearly gameplay. Shouts out to, of course, Steve Cox for that clinic. Yeah, I think with that, we are just about done. Thank you all so much for coming by. This was a blast. If you were in the top 16 of this tournament, I do have to let you know, please keep your DMs open. You're going to get a DM from Galatea in the next day that will have a 1-day-long invite to the invitational Discord. And we really would prefer if you get those sooner rather than later, because we really do not want to have to chase you down at the end of the season. If you got top 16, that means you also did get prizing. I will be contacting you in the coming days in order to get it to you. And a huge thank you to the people who made this possible. Rebecca did a ton of work TOing. Coder, of course, was around for MC troubleshooting. Huge shouts out to Gage for showing up. This was really sick. I'm so glad you were able to do this.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
And of course, thank you to YGOPRODeck for the sponsorship.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
No way.
Because I don't think this raw has any protection. It's a 4000 vanilla, and that doesn't seem very good.